Ba'Shem Yahawashi, Ba'Shem Harakakudash.
We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this country, which you call America, which in the scriptures is called Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, spiritually Sodom and Egypt, Nineveh. All these different previous kingdoms have the same spirit, or America has got the philosophies and spirits of these places, and that's why they're categorized, and that's why they're called America in the scriptures today, But we come out to prophesy against this kingdom, to tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you're the children of Israel, the holy people, the people, the Most High, the apple of His eye, And right now, it's a bunch of things happening in America and geopolitically, You got another company within the United States of America saying they're gonna microchip their employees. The RFID chip is the mark of the beast. That's happening in Arkansas right now. You still have Trump with the government shutdown that's going on, I believe, day 30. He just gave the ultimatum to the Democrats, basically saying that in order for the New Deal was basically saying DACA, all the so-called the Northern Kingdom, that he would allow them to, he said he would open up 3 years for them to basically live in the United States.
Extended.
Yeah, extend 3 years for them to live in the United States if you give them the money for the wall. And right now the Democrats, they're not liking that choice. So what are they gonna do? They're not going to make the deal, which basically, because February is about to come up too. Trump is about to cut the SNAP and the EBT for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans,
For all you Americans, but the point being, it's going to hit you the worst. I just want to say, a lot of so-called white people and other nations of people that are also on SNAP and EBT and food assistance, they still have jobs. But a lot of you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, you don't have a job to go to SNAP and EBT to make ends meet. So everything you get for that is what you got. That's it. So when they cut that off, you can't eat.
And with this government shutdown, it's making everything harder. It's going to become a dog-eat-dog world, Everybody is going to have to basically live for themselves, Trump don't really care about you, which means that y'all working for free, like the brother's supposed to. Jake that worked 64 hours and had $0 and 0 cents on his check stub, So y'all working for free, and which means that all hell is about to break loose. Y'all, the best. This is the time now where the scripture says, "Hey, call ye upon the Lord while you may be found." It's like seek ye the Lord while you may be found. Because really, you don't have any help. You don't have any protection from what's about to come right now. Jake like this, they not ready for all hell to hit. When martial law and famine come, when pestilence come, they're gonna be caught in the middle of it.
Matthew chapter 10 verse 5 we start up. It says, these 12 Matthew 10 and 5 it says, these 12 Yahawashi sent forth and commanded them, saying, now I'm going to say this, there was 12 apostles, but in this time, with all the 12 tribes, they have to go out and prophesy, okay? Each have to go out, 144,000, each have to go out, of the elect. Of that elect, they have to go out and teach His word to wake up the rest of the elect, right? And all the way to the 1/3. Anyway, so these 12 sent forth Yahawashi and commanded them, saying, go not in the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right, to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. I'm talking about these people who are on the sun, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because the popular belief within America, or Babylon, is that the Lord, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahawashi, came back and died on the cross for everybody. But that's not the truth. He only came back ultimately for the elect of Israel,
at the end of the day.
And all Israel at the end. But the 2/3, they have to die for their sins on this side, No thermonuclear fire. As for the elect, some will be martyrs, as the scriptures say. Some will be beheaded for the name of Yahawashi. But hey, they still gonna be. Hey, the scriptures tell you that the dead now shall rise first.
That's right.
The rest is still gonna make it.
God, but the rest of the elect are still gonna make it. He said, "Go not to the way of Samaria, but go into the house."
Go ye rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
God, go ye rather into the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Talking about our people, because that's what this truth is for. You know, this word is only gonna resonate within the spirits of you people, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And that's including you confusing and face brothers that just may look like other nations, you know, but you still have the spirit of Israel within you, as it's written in Romans 8:16, you know?
It says, verse 7, and as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
God, the scripture says, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And that's exactly what every man on the highways and hedges throughout the world, in the spirit of power, Yahweh Shina Shah, the great millstone, you know, giving double honors to the elders and apostles is doing. You know, as the scripture is speaking, Proverbs, the 1st chapter, wisdom crieth without, she uttered her voice in the chief place of concourse. You know, talking about we in the place, the agora, you know, the marketplaces, where all the people are walking. You're not confined into a temple or a house, like you pork chop eating pastors are.
It's not a private setting for select members only.
Yeah.
We're out there amongst everybody, but only a select membership can get in.
Because we are here battling the elements and then the demons within these people. Seeing in the churches and those harlot houses, you know, it's a confined space. It's a confined space where you ain't got to deal with a bunch of a lot of different variables, you know.
The elements, man, you don't have to deal with the cold. Back when it's like but in the east right now, it's a big snowstorm here over there. Yeah, freezing cold.
That's right.
I was watching Boston a little while. You can hear the wind go cut through. I was like, whoa, man. You know?
And then another thing, you people out there that's in those churches, y'all can't ask questions, you know. And this is the time to be asking questions. You should be curious about what's happening, because everybody should be able to feel the vibration in the air and the seriousness in which is happening. But you know, Jake is stuck on sports, on who dropping the next new album, and basically a bunch of folly. Marriages and weddings and things like that, not being separated from the world, you know. But this time now, hey, this is the time where your spirits is supposed to be right. You're supposed to be getting your inward man together in order to combat the things that's about to happen upon the earth.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 1. Does not wisdom cry and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of the high places, by the way in the places of thy path, unto path. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming, at the doors. Until you, O men, are called, and my voice is to the sons of men. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my life. The excellent things that we're speaking of are these prophecies that's coming to pass, and the wisdom of Yahweh Shimei Shai. Those are things of excellence, because nobody else can speak of something that will happen and it's still happening.
God, and that's what it means to prophesy, to say before it. You know, because as we said earlier, every major city within America has brothers out there on the highways and hedges pleading into the marriage. You know, telling you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to come back into your true nationality, worship the Father and the Son in truth, you know, and do the best on this side to get the hell up out of here. God, and like the brother said, those excellent things are the prophecies. Because it's a bunch of prophecies happening right now that the average Jake can't see. You know, they don't understand that the American economy is declining. You know, that just with this government shutdown, it's going to be easier for pestilence to creep into the systems of you Americans. Yeah. You know, being that the FDA is one of the government programs, the Food and Drug Administration, the foods that you're consuming, they're not being overlooked, inspected. They're not being inspected as before. You know, so really, whatever food that you're ingesting, it could have dangerous chemicals within it. Because the scriptures tell you that we're going to be eating our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles, you know. So with that being said, hey, the foods that you're eating now, they're even in the worst state. You know, because the government, they're already pushing the GMOs, the MSGs, and all these different food coverings that's harming the body within it. But now they're not regulating it anymore.
Yeah, the process that they use to process these foods is destroying.
Hey, bro, and it's so beautiful because at the same time, Trump is cutting the snap, right? and Jake, not knowing what's happening, they gonna go get those junk foods. And those junk foods ain't gonna be as administered as the nourishment within those junk foods is gonna be even worse.
That's right. And let me bring something about South America. Venezuela, particularly, they were begging for like rice, grains, beans, the basic milk, the basics. People want Skittles, snacks, cupcakes,
Hot Cheetos.
like dumb stuff.
Arizona's.
It's mainly niggas.
Yeah,
that's what they want.
Yeah. Right.
They eat a nigga's diet.
Right. Hey, and what does a nigga's diet bring? That acidic diet brings forth death. You know, it brings forth disease. Hey, that's how beautiful it really is, because the Most High orchestrates everything. It's really a chess game, you know? Because he's orchestrating every piece to where every little scenario is going to happen perfect. It's all going to blend in together. Because with everything being shut off, it leads to just one catastrophic event after another. That's why it's going to be so easy for the pestilence to hit. Because these simple-minded Americans, you ain't going to have the immune system to fight off those diseases.
In order they don't know nothing about herbs.
Yep.
But
Healing the body.
But with the wisdom of the scriptures, hey, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, it's all taught to you through teachers. You got more on that?
Here, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing fraud or perverse in them. And righteousness, is the law, statutes, commandments of this body. Right? Through Yahweh Shai. All right, that's what the righteousness is. What we're doing out here is a part of righteousness. Coming out here rebuking our people. All right, rebuking the so-called white man, rebuking these other nations. All right, proclaiming the true power in the Son. All right, Yahweh Shai. All right, that's righteousness. All right, but this world hates righteousness. All right, so it's a thing. Whereas, man, time is coming, man. If our people don't, well, it's already slaves. 2/3 of our people gonna die here in America. All right, but the 1/3 they gonna get it. But time is coming. And 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're gonna be caught out there. And there ain't gonna be no time to teach your ass. All right, because the Lord gonna take us off these streets.
Because the famine of the word is soon approaching. You know, Esau sees what we're doing, and he understands that what we're doing right now is just proclaiming the downfall of his kingdom, which is going to manifest physically. You know, and the Most High is making Jake choose a side. You know, as we went into the live stream last night, hey, choose ye this day whom we shall serve, because that point of time is coming. Hey, the Most High is putting the crunch down on you people. You know, he's gonna literally make you. Hey, you gonna believe in me, you gonna worship me and do the things in which I said for protection, or you gonna continuously live in the ways of the wicked and gonna die thereof.
This word is like water, right, which hydrates your spirit, right? So either you're gonna be hydrated enough to where you're squeezed into the truth, right? Or you're gonna be squeezed until you're crushed into power. Those are the options. You either come to this thing for your salvation or you die. That's the period point blank. And we don't necessarily ourselves have control over who makes it and who don't. You have more on that. Romans chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
It says now, knowing the time. Knowing what time? Knowing that prophecy is unfolded. Knowing that America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. Knowing that the Most High is going to bring pestilence, famine, death, and destruction upon this place. Now is the time to come into the spirit of Yahweh Shai and be a man of the Lord and walk thereof. You know, because now knowing the high time, that now is our salvation nearer than we believe. You know, these are the days that the prophets live for. You know, these are the days in which the prophets see the visions of this place going down. You know, we're living in great times. Right now is a great time to be a man of the Lord, because we're seeing everything happen, and the words that we're reading are manifesting right before our eyes, man. So hey, our faith is going to be increased through the Spirit. Now is the time that you should be praying for the increase, you know? Now is the time you should be working for it. You know, you should be fasting more. You should be praying more. You know, you should be studying more. Because all these different things that what you're going to be doing in the time of your leisure, these are going to be the things to keep you stable in the days to come. You know, as it speaks in Isaiah the 33rd chapter, in the 6th verse, and wisdom and knowledge shall be your stability at that time, and strength and salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. You know, through the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
That's how I just want to say this real quick. Let me ask y'all something. Is this government shutdown affecting y'all? If we cut off EBT, is it going to affect you or anybody else that you know? You know anybody that's on EBT?
I'm a child of God, man.
I'm just asking.
It won't affect me at all.
Okay.
God gonna take care of his people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
For everybody that want to question that, if you want to get it on film, grab your hand and go like this, bro. Every great artist signs his portraits, right? Why does all of us got I am on our hands, bro? Let's do this. And look it, you're gonna see the I-A-A-M. Child of God, man. Stamp for approval. Stamp for approval, man. Check your hands, man. Check your hands, man.
Okay.
See that? Any one of y'all do that, you're gonna see the I-A-M.
But my man, that ain't gonna save you
It's not
in the time that he's talking about.
See, what you gotta do, you gotta believe in God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't believe that he died and rose for your sins, and you don't believe in that, the one great proof is, oh, what evidence do I need? That's enough evidence. Your fingerprints is everybody's identity. Why do we have the same thing on our hands?
So that's all you got to do.
And what about living the word?
I live the word. You know what I mean? And then if you think about it, the 12 disciples he took with him, they wasn't the greatest people in the world. He took the worst people in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's not the people that are succeeding right now that's going to get the word of God. Of course. It's the people that are living the past, living the pain. And that's how we get it. You know what I'm saying? What we're going through right now, we're experiencing God. So all the pain and all the pressure that y'all feeling, you're experiencing God. This is what God felt. A little bit. You know what I'm saying? When he died on that cross, this is what he did. You know what I'm saying? So all the struggle and all the pain and pain, you got to be willing to withstand it. You know what I'm saying? Just check your hands, bro. Check your hands, bro.
And that's why Jacob's done, man.
Yeah, let him go.
That's why Jacob.
Hey, yo, my man. Drop some.
That's why Jacob's done. You know. All right. You know.
You really came here to tell us.
Yeah, right.
He wasn't really here to learn anything. He's going to tell us. That's how Jake is. That's why this ain't for everybody. See, there's a reason why brothers is going into why 2/3 are not going to make it.
God, pull that script,
when
man.
the scribes and Pharisees, they kept trying to question whether he was the Messiah or not. It was something that the Lord said to them that cut him. He said the reason why you don't believe is because my word is not within you. The word is not within Jake. Jake, basically, they value and worship their own spirit, their own mind, what they believe inside. Jake talking about, yeah, do this with your hands. Dog, like that. What does that have to do with the word of the Most High? See, Jake is peculiar, man.
I seen them niggas down there.
Yeah, you can see it on
They had
Jake.
no shirt on.
Yeah.
You can see it on.
You got Edomites out here with shirts on. Yeah, they ain't cold like that.
Jake is bugged out, man.
I told you, I gotta read that right quick, bro. We got one. I want to see
It's Amos chapter 5, verse 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate.
That's the real proof. And I told you, I said, when they leave, then you can read them. Because I knew they wasn't going to stay. See them a mile away, they wasn't going to stay. That's why I asked them a question. Hurry up and get out of here. Tell me what you came up here for, so you can go. It ain't for you.
Hey, bro, that's the spirit too. When we had the live show last night, he said the same thing that just happened. You know, Jake fits the Most High into their ways instead of fitting their ways to the Most High. You know, because really, Jake's righteousness, they believe that their righteousness is in him. What they believe is they think that's it. You know, it's as easy as just putting up your hands together and believing, so to speak. You know, and saying I am. Well, you call on I am in that time, just I am in English, you know? And you see how far that gets you. Because if you're saying you live the word, you smoking too. You But Jake had his beard shaved and everything. But Jake believes. You got that?
Hold on, somebody. That's a wicked ass doctrine. That's not, bro. You're not him.
Yeah.
When the Lord had the angel tell Moses, I am that I am, he's basically telling him, hey, I'm him. I am the Lord.
And it was in first person
It was
conversation.
Exactly.
Which was to tell our people he is.
In third person.
You don't repeat that because you're not the Most High.
That's why it's not a higher, sorry, a higher.
Exactly.
How they say it. Well, let me
There's them gun smoking niggas. They don't know what to do. When martial law is declared and there's a curfew, Trump basically put the troops out there on the streets. You niggas, all you gonna do is stay trapped in your house. All right, whatever little trees you got left up under the couch, you gonna split that. And then when you run out of that, you niggas gonna go crazy.
Run out on the streets and try to take something from somebody.
Yeah, you
might have smoked it out.
And Jake's belief system, he believes the higher he gets, the more awake he is.
That's Rastafari, man.
Because niggas start to think weirder. Because demons been on them smoking them blunts. So they believe they find all the answers once they hide, you know? Man, obviously Jake felt like he had the truth there. You know?
He said it was confident.
Yeah, he said it was confident.
That was just real prolific.
And he brought it to us like we was gonna put our hands up and be like, oh yeah, shit, I do see it. You know?
It was gonna be a revelation to us, huh?
And we gonna drop our Bibles and leave right now.
Yeah.
Like, damn, bro, how long?
We supposed to have got converted before we showed up. We got some new followers now. Now what, Jake? Now what we supposed to do now?
Go to
this bitch house. Roll up some more.
When you have doubt, put your hands up like that.
Yeah.
Like whenever the shit start going down, earthquake, diverse places, all types of family.
There's gonna be a nigga gonna be dead just like that with his hand.
Yeah, right.
Chip in his hand. Jake is through, man.
Nigga watching too much Dave Chappelle.
I couldn't take it seriously after he said that.
Yeah, Jake is in cloud, man. Yeah. But that's how lost our people are. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. It also saying Romans the 10th chapter, for they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
That's right.
Yeah, our people are gone, man. Too much black culture they've been in America too, man.
God, hey, this being in this state has defiled the minds of our people, you know? Because they look for all the answers in all the wrong places. You know, he knew it was a higher power. He just took it upon himself to create him as he saw fit. You know, and that's why Jake gotta die. Because when you have the truth right in front of you, niggas don't listen. You know? They feel like Jake is a hard-headed people, as the script says, a stiff-necked people.
That's right.
You know? So when you have and that's how crazy it is. Because even when Yahweh Shai came back, you know, they didn't believe he was the son of the Most High. You know, they looked at him as if, how could you be the son of the Most High? You a man, you a man in the flesh just like me. But that's how they look at us. Oh, you a man in the flesh just like me. You from the same nation I am. How could you tell me what's wrong and what's right? Who gave you that power? But Jake not spiritual, that's why. They see things carnally, so they don't see that, hey, it could potentially be men upon it. Was like, from the minds of Jake, they not seeing as, it could potentially be men upon the earth that hold the secrets of the kingdom.
Well, it's not hard to figure that out because it's been right here in the Bible that
But Jake don't read. That's why Esau came up with the saying. That's where the eyes from the niggas to put it in the book.
You read out this book right here. The book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 13. Therefore the Lord saith, for as much as my people draw near me with their mouth, and their lips do honor me, he had the name right. It's the wrong way. And the way he wrote about it was all wrong. Right? He says, but have removed their heart far from me.
God, and that heart isn't talking about your physical heart. It's talking about the Hebrew word la'am, which means your mind, you know? They removed their minds from the Most High.
They make their own heart their God instead of instead of making it serve the Most High.
Hey, it's easy to know who the Most High is because it's written in the book. Stick to what the script says, and you the closest you will ever come to understanding the Most High God.
But what do we always say? And which is the truth. Hey, Jake, it's hard for Jake to pick up this responsibility, you know? Because it is heavy, you know? And the Most High doesn't put the Spirit on every man. But those that He do put the Spirit on, they try to the best of their ability to work out what it says in the book, you know? But when you have to pick up the responsibility of being the man of the Lord, you become an example unto all those that are around you, you know? You gotta stop doing wicked stuff, you know? You gotta tune into the righteous vibration and live that way. The scriptures tell you, you not only a hearer of the word, but a doer also. You know, which means you have to follow. Jake hates instruction, you know? He hates correction. So when those things are right in front of him, he rebels against them. You know, it's just in their nature. And that's why 2/3 of our people have to be killed with the sword, have to die by that fire.
So for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precepts of men.
God, their fear towards him is taught by the precepts of men. You know, especially when you're in these churches and things like that, they're not telling you to fear the Lord, really, because it's all prosperity doctrine. So when they're telling you in the church, just do this, the Lord has this for you, they don't truly know. They just saying that so you can empty out your money into those collection plates. You know, because it's really a scam. You're going to a place that can't profit you, neither, well, really in no way, nor physically, mentally, and damn sure not spiritually.
I don't profit you in wickedness.
God.
You know?
Yeah, they'll have you believing that you'll win the lottery. They won't tell you, hey, that it's gonna soon come a time in which that, hey, you might not be able to feed your kids. It's gonna soon come a time that you ain't gonna be able to have this leisure just walking around this place as you usually do. You know, they're not telling you of the calamities that the Most High is gonna bring upon the earth.
So let me say this. So when I asked him, I was like, hey, so do y'all have EBT? Or the government shut down effective? You know anybody with EBT?
Yeah.
Nah.
That's every Jake know a Jake that's on steps on Section 8.
Right.
Because all our people are learning. You know, our people are on the curse.
Hey, hold on. First of all, you got a baby mama. She's on.
Plain and simple, bro.
She's on that shit, man. You got family members. I got baby mamas. She's on. Yo, hey,
She's getting.
those children by your baby mama. As long as she's gonna suffer, your seed gonna suffer. They gonna be affected by that too. So, hey, in a roundabout way, you are affected by that. And your seed is gonna be affected by it. But Jake, he just had pride. He didn't want to admit to it like that.
Yeah.
Jake got too much pride, man.
And I wasn't saying to shame him. I asked him that to see what he was going to do about it.
But we're speaking from a position of authority too. You know, so when Jake sees that they tense up and they try to get hard with you.
Be defensive.
Right, be defensive.
So the question is
on that.
No.
I got two verses I want to read. Jeremiah 4:14. O Jerusalem, wash thine heart from wickedness, that thou mayest be saved. How
Hey,
long?
you gotta wash your heart, right? You gotta wash your heart, your mind away from the wickedness. These dudes couldn't even get away from. They can't get away from weed. They can't get away from the worldly environment and mentality. This nigga walking around with no shirt on. It's like 40 something, like 50 degrees outside. He can't walk. He got gloves on and pants and earmuffs. Did he have earmuffs or something like that?
I don't know, bro.
with no shirt.
About 58 degrees.
58 degrees. Now, in some parts of the country that's warm. The West Coast, that's not warm. So that just shows you the bugged out mentality our people have. Okay? Bugged out.
How long shall thy vain thoughts lodge within thee?
These empty ass thoughts are of no value. Those are vain thoughts. Thoughts of no value. How long will they live?
How long shall thy vain thoughts lodge within thee?
And how long is it going to be a part of who you are? When you going to wash yourself and make yourself back to the natural, the spiritual person that you're supposed to be, where your spirit rules over your flesh.
God.
This is your emotions and your flesh when you don't forgive.
Yeah, those vain thoughts, man. Those are demons, man. Those demons are lodging within the nigga spirits, man. You know? They opened up the room and they dancing up in there.
But I noticed something about Jake like that. Jake have stuff like that, they don't really believe that. They just have answers so they can escape. So they can get out there and question.
What you reading?
You know, that's all that's really about. So they don't,
I wonder what penitentiary prophet taught that.
the niggas standing next to me. Tell them what I told you, let's go. We got bitches over there.
This gonna drop the mic right here.
Verse 22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none
The
understanding.
scripture says, my people is foolish. They're Sodom's children. Sodom meaning stupid. You know, Jacob come up with the dumbest shit to say towards a man and to make it seem like he knows something. If you truly don't know
He
something,
really said doing your hands like this is gonna save you
yeah.
from martial law, from earthquake, from famine. That's his answer to all things. Do your hands like this and believe. Believe in what? And walk the hell off. And it was serious enough to say it out loud. Jacob's gone.
And you know how many niggas actually listen to him now? I guarantee he didn't said that to a couple of Jakes and they be like, yeah, like, that makes sense, bro. That makes sense.
You start walking out like in English, huh?
Jacob probably have a dumbass testimony. He said, I walked and niggas pulled up on me and pulled out the strap and started shooting
I was
at
like,
me.
nah, bro.
I was like, nah, and I started doing this. And the bullet hit me. But I survived.
I blocked it from my heart with this right here.
I got pulled over by the cops. Told me to turn around. I put my hands like that behind my head. And he ain't even shoot. Wait,
That shit is foolish, man. That's why that's part of the curse. I'm taking it like that. I was smitten with madness and blindness and astonishment of the heart. Jake is smitten with madness, man. Meaning you niggas you're crazy, man. You know, but you're just a product of this deranged society. You know, you put all type of poisonous thoughts and philosophies in your head. That's how you're gonna be, man.
And they have none understanding, but they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Our people are wise to do evil, meaning they'll plot, they'll pray over some, like for a wicked idea. It's been Jakes that have so-called been friends, and the whole time one of the Jakes is plotting on him to take his woman, to break into his house.
Please, God, let me fuck this bitch and not let her man not catch me. You know what I mean? Like
And that's
dumb shit.
But they'll really pray for it. You know, like the movie, I want to say, is it Snow on the Bluff or something like that? It's on Netflix.
Snowfall?
Snowfall? No, it's I think it's Snow on the Bluff or something like that. But it's basically a movie where it's heavy with the curses. It's basically like Jake took a camera. The first scene started off with Jake in the car and they making the drug deal, but like two women in the backseat and another Jake and a Jake woman in the front. And the two women get in the car and Jake driving down in the hood and it's a drug deal. And Jake ended up basically turning on the two people in the backseat that he about to sell drugs to, robbed them and took their camera from them. Yeah, bro. So from the whole movie, from that point, the movie is these niggas having the same camera and just filming all the wicked shit they doing. They're going around killing each other. They're going around selling drugs, and they're documenting it. Now I don't know if the movie was real, but it damn sure looked like it, you know. And the whole movie is just basically Jake showing how wicked it is with the curses on it, you know. But that shows.
And I shall be evil
Towards thy neighbor,
towards thy brother.
That
man.
brother's like,
That's why you'll see Jacob get more aggressive and more hostile towards another Jake than their actual adversary.
Yeah.
That's why the homicide rate among Jake is Jake's killing other Jakes. You know, Esau don't have to do that no more. Y'all stepping in and y'all doing this job for him. Esau gets off on seeing you niggas kill each other, shoot each other live on Instagram or Facebook. You got literally niggas out there getting into shootouts in front of their house on fucking Facebook Live.
In front of the house.
they
You know?
shooting themselves in the face.
Straight nigga shit, man.
That was good.
Fun for the gram.
Yeah.
You know, niggas, Esau like, man, shit, these niggas are going to war with themselves. Why we need to go and mess with them?
God.
Shit, we got the police doing it, and then they helping themselves do it too.
That's why the scripture says vanity, all is vanity. You know, because Jake really does it for nothing. He does it for what? Social media likes. He does it for hoes. You know, for little ends of money. You know.
Hold on. And the same the same weapons that you niggas are using to destroy each other and kill each other off is the same weapons that the government is supplying to you in crates. They drop crates in your neighborhoods full of weapons. That's why a little 13-year-old niggas with big ass sawed-offs and, you know, Tech 9s and, you know,
grenades.
assault rifles. Yeah, man.
How is Jake getting grenades and RPGs in the hood?
Yeah.
Those are military grade weapons.
All the way up in Chicago.
You can't just go to no regular gun store and just buy those things, you know? That's showing you that the government is dumping these powerful artilleries off in the hood. Ridiculous. Because Esau knows how to destroy us. You know, he's been doing it for so long, it's like second nature. Every little thing in this society is built to destroy an Israelite. You know? The projects ain't called the projects for no reason. You know, because he's experimenting with it. And you niggas take it. But y'all don't understand that he's your enemy. You'll kill a nigga plain out because he accidentally stepped on your J's or Timbs. But when Esau shooting y'all down wherever, everywhere, y'all have nothing against him.
Jay could do a drive-by on his own pops.
Oh yeah, that happened.
That actually happened.
Damn.
Jake did a drive-by on his own dad, man, in front of his own yard, man. So hey, that evil spirit that's within Israel, that's why the Lord's gonna wipe them out. He's gonna destroy them totally, man. All right, I got a quick for you, man. This is Isaiah 1 and 16. It says, "Wash ye and make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes. Cease to do evil." Because that's all Jake is wise to do. They all they gotta do is to do evil shit, man. You know, anything, everything, especially towards another Jake, is always with ill will or malicious intent. That's how you know that we're those people and that curse is upon us as a people, man. It says, "Learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow. Come now and let us reason together." And you know, us coming out here to push this word, you know, that's basically us calling out. You know, the Lord's calling out through us to you. Hey, come reason, man. Come hear the words of your higher power, man. Hear his message. It says, "Saith the Lord Yahweh, though your sins be as scarlet, red."
Like basically stains that you can't get out. That's what that pretty much is. A dark, deep stain that you can't get off.
Yep. It says,
You can't hide it.
yep. It says, "They shall be as white as snow." That means what? That you're gonna be. This word is what's gonna purify you, cleanse you. It says, "Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool."
Crimson is what? Comes from the word
Crime.
the word
Crimea.
Crime goes to crimson.
Crimson, yeah.
I forgot. I think it's a Greek or Latin word.
I think it's Crimea. Is that it? No.
But basically, the word crime comes from crimson. And those are your crimes. That crimson is your crimes. The crimes that you shall about shall. Right?
Hey, you basically this evil makes you a spiritual Edomite.
Yeah.
Esau, he's naturally evil, and he's red, right? It says, "If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat good, the good of the land. But if you refuse and rebel, you shall be devoured with the sword. For the mouth of the Lord hath spoken." The Lord's gonna destroy you. You know, there's no nice way of putting that, and the Lord's gonna kill you, man. Okay. So that's you know, that was it.
Yep. We'll put John 8:44 you call for it. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil," talking about the 2/3. It says, "And the lust of your father will ye do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth."
Because if you go back all the way into the times of the garden, you know, you see the serpent, then you have Cain, then you have Esau, the same spirit of the forefather of the Edomites, you know. Jacob picked up those ways, kind of those traits of the devil, you know. So all these things that Esau is doing, how destructive he is, you know, grabbing lands by rape, rob, and murder. When you see our people doing the same things, that shows you that they in the same vibration of their father, of Esau, because as an Israelite, we're supposed to hold ourselves to a certain standard, we're the people of the promise, the children of the promise. The Most High put the law, statutes, and commandments to us, they're for our people. So you're supposed to not only hold yourself accountable, but you're supposed to be seen as different. As the scripture says, be ye holy for I am holy, talking about separate. You're not supposed to be doing the same things that you see niggas within the world doing.
And be not the oppressor.
And choose none of his ways, exactly. But you have Jake doing it. So you go, yeah, well, come.
You can read it.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Envy not thou oppressor, and choose none of his ways. But you have Jake doing what? Hey, Jake doesn't understand that Esau grabbed his land by rape, robbery, and murder. Slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, and all the wicked things that the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Bilderbergs, the DuPonts, the Gettys, they've accumulated this land from blood. As it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. Woe unto them that establish a city by blood, and it's like establishing by blood and iniquity. Being sin upon sin. Because that's how Esau gets down. Esau he never wins anything fairly. He has to kill to do it.
I was just going to say, it's funny because our people will see the so-called white man prospering, but he's not for the children. Now that's his life to prosper. That's part of his purpose.
Kind.
But our purpose is to still not do it and still choose the right way.
Kind, because we're total opposites. We're supposed to be the righteous upon the earth while he's the wickedness. While he's the wickedness, So with Jake doing the wickedness for example, for something as simple as the drug trade, Jake does what? He makes the drugs, both the northern and southern kingdom. They do all from the coca leaves to make cocaine, and they're shipping it to the Americas. But whose hands are they, or whose pockets are they with? Or whose pockets are they in while they're doing it? They're in Esau's. But so they see Esau benefiting off the drug trade being the pharmaceutical companies, and they want to do the same thing. They see it as easy money, but they don't understand that they're harming their people in the process. So that's just another
A freeway to Rick.
Yeah.
He came once he got out. He basically explained how this whole drug trade, the whole epidemic, is because the fucking government, all right, the CIA, they're the ones that created this shit. They brought it into our cities. We were poor, we was destitute, and they basically approached a few of us, told us, "Did you want to work? Do you want to make money?" And it basically got exposed. They, in different informants, they put it out there that your government is tied in with the whole drug trafficking thing. Esau had his hand on. He's the biggest drug dealer. He's the creator of these drugs that Jake is pushing.
He puts the illegal drugs on Jake to push, but then he pushes the legal drugs.
And that word that goes back to pharmakia, being the pharmacy, which is witchcraft.
If I may say, a lot of those so-called narcotic drugs, the same chemicals and stuff that they put in it, is found in the fucking cocaine and all the other drugs that Jake is in the streets is pushing. It's just when you buy it through the pharmaceuticals, that's where you can lawfully buy it from them.
Yeah.
So they're the real drug pushers, but it's illegal if you buy it from basically a nigger.
Come out and listen.
Holy Bible.
Every Sunday. All
All right, we'll see.
But back to the pharmakia and things like that, Jake pushes the drugs heavy. They have a saying within the system. They say, "Oh, don't get high off your own supply," right? But then they'll go push it to somebody like their mama. And that shows the wickedness, bro.
Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 26. I'm going to read to 28. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich.
Hey. What about the Treyway niggas? Treyway. Perfect example. Perfect example, man. they was extorting that little spit, and they made him what he wasn't, but they used him and they pushed that image out there to ruin you, Jakes. But them Treyway niggas, them some blood niggas that were known for trafficking, pushing drugs, weed, and basically they put you in the trap, man. When they want you to come work for them, they put you out there to risk your life, all right? Make their money for them, they get a cut, all right? They'll put a little money back in your pocket, but basically you in a trap, you can't get out.
Esau knew this too. Esau knows this when Esau knew this when he had you push these drugs for him, because his laws are written to fit him for that. Because possession is 9/10 of the law. So if you get caught with it in your hand, you're guilty of it. You know, someone may have given it to you, they'll take consideration of that under conspiracy. 9/10 is possession.
Yeah, man. And with a lot of those drug dealers, how they seduce Jake, because you know the top drug dealers, they moving in dope, so they got nice cars, they got a bunch of women around them, they got the fly gear, they got watches and chains and all that shit. So they basically seduce Jake with that lifestyle. That's what gets Jake seduced to where they like, man, damn, what this, can I be down too? And what do Jake do? They hop in and not realizing, but you know what I'm gonna require of you.
Yep.
You can't fuck my money up, or it's either one or two things. That's why it's called a trap. Either you're gonna be trapped in the system once Esau finds your ass out, or you trapped on the other side. You can't leave the game, or them niggas will kill you.
Yep.
That nigga Tekashi, them niggas trapped him. It was either way. Either nigga, if you leave us, just like he tried to do before the FBI cracked in on his ass, they was gonna try to kill him because he fired his management.
Yeah.
Once he realized that them niggas were extorting him,
He was trying to disassociate with.
he was trying to get away, and he knew that the FBI was already watching.
What's up, brother?
The FBI, Shalom. The FBI was already getting intel. They was already on him. There was already informants in that thing. And he saw that from afar. He like, you know what? Let me cut them off. Let me distance myself so they don't try to lump me in. But nigga, them niggas made sure you was always with them.
And like you said, bro, he was trapped on both sides.
It was either way. He was gonna get trapped.
He was trapped once he signed the record deal. As you always say, bro, the devil always want his money back, right?
Yep.
So as soon as he's rapping and he's putting all these lyrics to further put Jake in the deepest sleep in a higher demonic vibration, you know, talking about drugs and money and shooting and killing and all that shit. Next thing you know, Esau took them same words that nigga was spitting and put them against him. He used them against him. He's like, oh, so you really is laying down by this, huh? Well, now we got you. We got you there. So Esau trapped the man, the niggas he was with trapped.
Right, but this is talking about how Jake trapped. They trapped men. And I've just used that as a, the drug analogy. For that example.
The common easy one is the church houses.
The church, the slick talking false prophets. Yeah. You know, like Nate and them. A lot of them zombies over there, they're trapped in that congregation. They're afraid. That's why they're being made and forced to make those while join the IUIC videos. Them motherfuckers are they in bondage, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
Verse 28, they are waxing fat, they shine.
These niggas make hella money, man. Hella money. They shining, man.
Yeah, they overpass the deeds of the wicked.
Hey, that's a lot of wickedness, man. Jake, like what he say all the time, Jake masters wickedness. But see the way Esau does it? See the way Esau performs wickedness? And they master it. And be more creative and everything than the wicked themselves.
God, just look at and that's on every level, you know? Even with the LGBTQ plus IA, all that different, all that stuff. Jake goes the hardest in fact stuff, and homosexuality, you know, and being a tranny, you know? Jake go get a surgery for it, man. You know, our people are, man, the wickedness from our people is ridiculous.
You didn't see how many straight men they can catch. Jake is just the worst, man. 2/3 of Israel are the worst people on the planet, man. I thought it was Esau. It's 2/3 of our own people that are the worst.
They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge. Shall I not visit for these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this?
He said, shall I not visit these things? Basically, do you niggas not think I'm gonna get you back for this? Hey, what's that in Ecclesiastes?
19?
7?
Oh.
Because see the 7 or 8. It's like it says because sentence against an evil work is executed speedily. The hearts of the sons of men are fully setting them to do evil.
When you talk down a little bit, it says, but it will not be well with the wicked.
Kind.
Yeah, that word visit means punishment.
Kind, bro. He's gonna get you for all the wrong that you've done. You know? Because really, Jake, the 2/3 still they got a lot of blood on their hands too. Because they're a cancer. You know? They affect those around them. You know? It could be as simple as, well, really, ultimately if you were meant to be a 2/3, you're a 2/3. But if you were a so-called good person in the world or a decent Jake within the world and you start hanging with 2/3, hey, it's easy for that spirit of the 2/3 to rub off on you and affect you. Next thing you know, you smoking with them. You know, you lighting up blunts and doing all these different things with them. You messing with other men's women. You know, because that demonic vibration is heavy upon our people, and they took it right from Esau. You know, it says he was a murderer from the beginning and the bold not the truth. Hey, Jake is quite simple. Jake is just full of just disgust and it's wickedness, man. It's plain and simple.
That's why Jake has become an infamy in the mouth of the heathen. The heathen looked down on Jake like looking at animals in the zoo, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they treat you niggas the way they treat you. You know, don't come in our restaurant, man. I don't want you niggas up on there. It's a restaurant no, it was a bar in New Jersey where basically it was a strict dress code that if you didn't meet these different criteria according to the dress code, you're not allowed to come into that bar. And it basically lists like you can't wear pants with no belt. You can't have no fitted caps.
Sports apparel.
No type of athletic sports apparel. You know, like all this shit. You know, cargo shorts. And, you know, all urban apparel.
Yeah.
Urban wear. You can't wear none of that in their in that bar. You know, and I mean, yeah, it's you know they say, you know, it's racist, which, you know, you could conclude that, you know, basically the Edomite that came up with that, he basically just don't want no niggas in his establishment.
Basically.
And sometimes
Well, you niggas are, man. You can't blame you.
everywhere you go, niggas is fucking shit up,
Yeah,
man.
niggas is reckless.
You go to a fucking Denny's and you go to a Waffle House in the South, any restaurant, niggas is tearing shit up, man. Getting into fights, throwing plates at each other and shit, trying to crack each other over the head with plates.
Doing fights behind the counter.
Yeah, man. Knocking over the table, throwing chairs at each other, man.
Beating cashiers up at McDonald's and Zaxby's.
Yeah.
All kinds of crazy shit.
So yeah, these nations, they look down on you niggas, man.
Limitations.
Like a perfect 2/3 example would be like in the movie Don't Be a
Rock it
Menace.
up.
And you had that when who was that old dog and they was up in the Chinese the good place.
Menace to Society?
Yeah, Menace to Society.
That's dog and Trey.
Yeah, Trey, they was up in they went to the liquor store or whatever. Of course they was the goose was racist, you know, they said hurry up and buy and things like that. But old dog was straight nigga. You know? Really, man, 2/3 of niggas are unstable, you know? At any moment they could pop, at any moment they could have a nigga moment. You know, that's why that Boondocks episode, the nigga moment was so accurate.
Yeah.
Because it's something as simple as accidentally bumping into somebody can turn into a brawl. You know? Like back in the time, I used to hear stories when parents and elders and things like that. And it could be something as simple as Jay get together and go to and meet up at like a store or something like that. You know, everybody having a good time dancing, this music. Next thing you know, you hearing gunshots, niggas is fighting, and bodies is left on the floor. Cause niggas are cancer.
Did that happen at that so-called that Hennessy Fest or some shit?
Yeah, the Hennessy Fest.
Yeah, in Texas. Yeah.
Niggas can't go nowhere without some shit popping off, man. You know, you hear about a gathering, you know, a function,
House party.
yeah. You know, you like, so what kind of music they gonna be playing? You know,
Hip hop.
hey, everyone be pumping that new,
Chief Keef.
that new Chief Keef, that new Takashi,
Smurda.
Burby Smurda, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
I know, man.
Sure. Go somewhere when they playing like smooth jazz music, you know, places that got an actual band live playing instruments.
Hey,
You gonna see like civil, you know, jakes that are civil. You know, they regular jakes, but they're civil.
Yeah.
That's how you know like music has vibrations, man. If you go into a function and it's nothing but like niggas rap music, that shit is guaranteed to get shot up. A fight is gonna happen. It's gonna be some shit. You know, and if you go into a fest where they playing like, you know, jazz music or, you know, some neo soul or something like that, that's a whole different crowd.
Yeah.
Classical music.
Cause that vibration. You remember like the movie Gremlins when the water would get on them, that just like bug out and burn.
Yeah.
That's like the vibration. That's like the vibration of good music, baroque or baroques, like you mean blessed music, or to a nigga. They can't stand it. You know, they're like, you know, I gotta leave. You know, because shit boring, kind of don't vibe with their spirit. A nigga would never go to an opera.
Because the demon is like, man, you better get out of here.
Yes.
We're gonna leave you. But Jake don't want them demons to leave.
Something with anything with a hard bass and a snare is prone to bring gun violence. You know? And that's why it's put so heavy in this system. And that's why the vibration of this generation is so demonic. And that's why the scriptures tell you, hey, all these things shall pass in this generation, and then the end shall come. You know? Because this generation has to be the ones to see it. Because you got sagging niggas with dirty ass dreads and just pure filth running rampant within this society. You know? Niggas would niggas bring forth disease, death.
Look at them niggas across the street.
Hey, man.
Yeah, dreads and
Dreads. Any nigga with dreads, you do not trust. Don't trust them. Don't be around
Dreads
them.
and face tats.
Face tats and dreads, man. Leave that shit alone. Leave it alone, man. You can turn it down.
And God, and it's a scripture, and it's like not just a scripture, but an account of how vibrations alter your spirits. You know, when King David, he had who was that played the harp? He had some
King David
playing the harp.
King David was playing the harp, and the demons got off of Saul, man. You know, which shows to you or proves to you that music has different vibrations. You know, it changes the way you're thinking and everything. You put on an instrumental and start reading the scriptures, something as simple as classical music when you're studying or when you're going to sleep, it'll put you in a better mind state, you know.
You'll learn more.
But it's a bunch of niggas that'll bump just a bunch of BS before they go to sleep and have a bunch of demonic thoughts.
Yeah, what we're talking about is a song.
Kind, bro.
With the scriptures, man, this is a song.
The vibration that's like, it's a vibration that'll make demons hop off. When I first came to the truth, I was just watching. I had to fall asleep, and demons tried to put me to sleep to not hear. I wake up and start the video over and just kept forcing myself to make it through the whole video. And eventually I was going through the whole video, not getting sleepy no more. Yeah, force feed myself past the starvation of these damn demons on me. You know? And that's what Jake gotta endure. Just when you come into this, because you gotta endure those worldly energies that's trying to keep you away from the vibration of righteousness.
Kind, because as even the apostle said all the time, they say you are your worst enemy. You know, because you truly are. Because the things you do, the habits you have, you know, all these different things that you play out, hey, they're either gonna benefit towards your spirit, or they're gonna blacken it, or put it in darkness. That's why the scriptures tell you when you understand the word, or when you're new, it says put off that old man, put off the old man in his ways. You know, because that nigga you were in the world, that nigga had a bunch of demons on him. You You know, he was into adultery and just a bunch of BS. He was into folly. He was into partying and surfing and drunkenness. You know, he was into all the ways of the world. But once the Most High opens your eyes, that old man is supposed to be killed. You know.
If I may say, you gotta thank the Most High, the water Yahweh Shai, that he actually gave you the mercy. He gave you the mercy to actually have a chance to repent from being that
time, bro.
Yeah.
Like you got to be thankful that the Lord didn't kill you when you was that.
Yeah.
He could have killed you and not even open up his mercy to you. But he decided to wake you up to this so you can change your ways. That's mercy, man.
That's mercy.
You know, that's straight mercy. Like, I got something down here. It's Proverbs 4:19. It says, "The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble."
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't even know. It don't even take a thought for them to realize that their way is what's been getting them dragged and netted out and trodden down, destroyed mentally, physically, spiritually. They don't even consider it, man. That's how you know we're in the valley of the shadow of death. Because this is the land where darkness is the light. All Jake knows is the ways of darkness, man. That's why Jake only know to do evil and not to do good. Because in this society, good is considered evil and evil is considered good.
And you got some Jake, they got the conscience or whatever.
Right.
Conscience, conscience fuck with it. Like, I'm wicked out there.
Okay, Jake can say, I'm done with that.
Right. Yeah, but the Most High has to open up to them who the real teachers are.
There's a lot of kids that starving for this truth but don't know and don't quite believe that this is it. They're trying to leave the former wickedness in their lives, but they're not fully woke up. And he said he would bring us about the graves, but he didn't put his breath of life back in everybody. You got something for all that.
Yeah, that's in Ezekiel 37.
Yeah.
This is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 9. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep.
The cold part about it is Jake is too lazy to put the work in to get this truth. It's toward their salvation.
Because that sleep ultimately brings forth darkness. Because being awake brings forth the light. Understanding, which is the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai is the wisdom of the scripture.
So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. A naughty person.
And with this government shutdown, you're gonna watch Jake really looking for any way to get out of it. And they're gonna come looking for us for the answers of why they can't get out of it. It's gonna be too late. We had the opportunity to find it, to get the answers. Now it's not gonna be there for you.
If a man don't work, then neither should he eat. Basically, it's a labor to get this wisdom, man. It's a work in itself to search the scriptures. Okay? Study to show thyself approved.
Unto the Most High God. A workman that needeth not be ashamed. Can't be ashamed to put the work in, man. Hey, most things that are precious in life come with work. You gotta work to get to that to this level. Nothing really just falls on you that's worth buying.
It's easy to sell out. It's easy. It's easy to do bad. Because look, the world is doing it. Everybody that's not in the arms of the spirit of power, Yahweh Shai, they're ultimately doing wickedness. So it's easy to fall into the wrong way, but to do the right thing is way more difficult. Because not only do you have wickedness against you, but you have those that are doing the wickedness against you.
A naughty person, a wicked man, walking with the froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. He deviseth
All these
mischief.
things are in Jake now.
Forwardness basically means perversion. You know, perversion, which means to be, wicked. You know, wickedness. Right?
He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity.
And it's funny, you can easily say that, like the 2/3 scriptures and Esau scriptures like go hand in hand. Like you can read the same things and you'll see that they link right up together. Except the ending of them, because Esau has no future.
Yeah.
And the 2/3 after death by pain will have a future.
Yeah. Like when we read the scriptures, every time it says wicked, don't think for a second that you can only just apply it to Esau.
Right.
They originally applied to wicked Israelites first.
Right.
But we apply it to Esau because, according to Malachi, the 1st chapter, he's known as the border of wickedness. We know he's the wicked, he's the devil. But Jacob is also devils too. So whatever scripture you can cut Esau with and show him his wickedness, you can also use those same scriptures to cut wicked Israelites.
That's right.
Ties them in is the one we read earlier about
You are your father, the devil. That's right, man. The only difference is when you read about the wicked, like when you go to Ezekiel, for example, it tells you to warn the wicked from his wicked ways. Those are Israelites that can repent from their wickedness. Esau, he can't repent.
Oh, he started carefully too. He won't repent.
Exactly. He gonna be holding with the cords of his sins. He gonna be destroyed for his wickedness. But Jake actually they can have a chance, man. You know, because Jake is not supposed to be wicked. You know.
Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be.
Then shall his calamity come suddenly. Man. Don't it tell you that in the Apocrypha? So Rock 5, if you take too long to turn to the Lord, basically the Lord will bring judgment upon you in your security, man.
Yep.
You might be thinking you prospering in your wicked way. You ain't got caught for it yet, or the Most High brought judgment upon you. Within moments. But the Lord can catch your ass right when you at your most comfort zone, man. Yeah, most vulnerable, man.
This is Sirach 5:3, and it reads, Sirach 5:3. Yeah, Sirach 5:3. And say not, who shall control me from my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord
that's Jake, because Jake got that reprobate spirit on him. That no matter how much wickedness they do, as long as nothing bad is happening to them, and they're getting away with doing their dirt, they're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep doing that shit, man. And as long as it brings them comfort and basically, if I'm doing evil to somebody and it's to my pleasure, it's to my gain, I'm gaining from doing evil to this person, I'm gonna keep doing it. Hey, a lot of these women do that. These women are experts at that. They keep doing it. And then out of nowhere, judgment comes down.
Something's gotta change. If you don't, and this is the thing about, let's make this for all Israel, right? All you Negro, Latino, Native American, confusion of faces. For everything, until you actually change from the ways that you've been raised up to be, it's all gonna be the same. So if you want some change, you gotta actually go out and do something. The only thing we ain't tried is 100% through this book, under the right vibration of this book, in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shah. We didn't try every other way, and none of them has been impossible for us as people. This is the only way.
Oh, if I might say real quick, since I mentioned a woman, the fucking Twitter, YouTube rapper, whatever her name was, that got killed in Florida, I think she called herself Nina the boss or some shit like that.
6 kids.
With the 6 kids. See, she got judgment. She got judged because even though the media is gonna put out there, she was a victim of homicide, she got killed, she was a mother of 6, she was an inspiring rapper. But Jake in the streets, they know these people. The streets are talk about, you know, hey, I remember what this wicked shit this bitch did.
Yeah.
Man, they was talking about how this bitch, her and the dude that got killed with her, they used to set motherfuckers up to get robbed.
Yep.
They was constantly, that was how they was getting their money. She was stripping or whatever she was doing, and she was also, you know, doing licks with this nigga.
Probably setting up the niggas that she was stripping for. Probably.
And what happened to the bitch? Her and the nigga. They thought that was gonna continue. That was gonna be their hustle. You know, they gonna just get away with it. You know, they don't never think. You know, Jake don't never think, man.
What's that?
So
Ecclesiastes
bad
7.
shit finally happens to her. Comes to
Evil
her.
against the sense of word. I mean, evil.
Yeah. Continue to go, bro.
This one more verse. It's 5 and 2. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering, he will in no wise let me go. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin.
That's the problem. Jake don't have fear of the Most High. That's why they send them to continuously sin. Okay? That's why, man. Because Jake don't have fear. So that's why they keep doing what they do. You know? Go ahead,
And say not, his mercy is great.
And it hurt his heart to even look at it, man. You got a crucifix on his neck.
That picture's all over the house.
You know,
I already know. Just like Issachar too, man. They're gonna keep worshiping those idols, and then eventually, you know. Hey, good for you, you fucking you spicks down there that got fucked up by that gas explosion.
It kind of.
Good for you, man. The Most High ain't playing with y'all, man.
The Lord ain't playing with them.
All right.
They getting it.
Your Guadalupe and all that other shit that didn't save y'all from that fire.
Mary.
Had your ass running, screaming in agony, running. Just all you saw was running flames and shit.
Yep.
The Lord did
saw
that.
hell.
To you.
They saw hell right there.
Hey, brother, them Issacharites down there in Mexico, them cartels, man, they ain't got no mercy, bro. and they got that man. They worship that man and the white version of Mary. Man.
Yeah.
They got them all up in their house, man. They some fucking animals down there.
you gotta understand, how about Shimon Shah gotta throw all these idols right here. On this side. You gotta throw them down. They all gotta get thrown down.
This shit right here, man.
Yeah, in that land right here. But every last one of these idols on this sign got, and whoever more Jake done created for themselves, all gotta get thrown down.
They worship the Pope too. They'll bow to the Pope.
Right, continue, bro. See, they don't understand that they're sinning. All right, sinning. They're just heaping unto themselves sin upon sin. Every time they pray with the little rosary beads, every time they call the Pope the Father, every time they put those Edomite image in their house, all they're doing is committing sin after sin with no fear. Go ahead, bro.
Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin, and say not, his mercy is great, he will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners.
Hey, because like it also say, even though the Lord is great in mercy, but so is his correction. Okay? The Lord will he'll allow you to do things for a certain amount of time, but he also give you a way to escape it. He give you an out during that time
He don't warn you, but you gotta take that straight gate out. It's usually a difficult way, but it's clearly the righteous way. But a lot of you won't go that way because there's a heavy responsibility to go the right way. You're gonna be shunned by your peers. You're gonna be looked at among your family members and friends. You're gonna lose money. The things in this carnal world that you consider valuable, you gotta give all that away. And a lot of you ain't willing to sacrifice nothing for the Lord. You said you were
Keep going, huh?
And make no tarrying to turn to the Lord Yahweh, and put not off from day to day.
Yep.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.
Day of vengeance, man. The Lord will preserve your ass, man. He'll preserve you,
Peace
man.
and
You can
safety.
do all your wickedness as long as you want to. All right? But the Most High, he don't never come in and let you know. He's not going to come down from his throne to the earth and let you know, like, hey, I'm getting ready to kill you. He's just going to let you just do what you do. And it's going to be in some way or fashion where you're going to be humbled, you know, and certain bad shit start happening to you to get you to think.
God, bro, come.
Sometimes the Lord will humble, he'll jack you up just to get you to think, man. And if sometimes for Jake, well, really a lot of times with Jake, it gives him the reason to even go even more harder, man. And wickedness.
Yeah, like some
You
like
nigga soldier boy, man. Then your ass almost just damn near get put to death in a car accident or a car, something happened to him. Nigga face was all swollen and shit. He had a bandage around his I think it was his neck or something. And now this nigga on a Breakfast Club talking all type of shit, man. He's blowing smoke all over the place, man. You know? Jake, they don't figure it out, man. Jake is a fucking sadish, man. You know? But that's why the Lord, you know, when he roll up, when the Most High opens up on Jake ain't gonna have no excuse. It tells you that your sins are gonna be your own accusers.
Yep, that's right.
Okay? You ain't gonna be able to plead with the Most High, man. You already had your chance to when he called out to you, you refused. You know? God.
Isaiah 1:4. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupted.
Just corruptors, man. All they know is just to be fucking wicked. You know? Down there worshiping the dead. And you wonder why the Lord got your asses starving down there. Why the Lord bringing big ass devastating earthquakes. You know, taking out your electricity. You know? Wonder why the so-called white man is keeping his foot on your neck down there, man. You know? You down there sitting on all that oil. All right, your land is soaked in riches. But you ain't got shit. It's a reason why, man. Go ahead, huh?
They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why should ye be stricken anymore?
Yeah, why should I strike you? Meaning, why should I continue to whip you? Because every time I judge you, I punish you. You niggas still do what the hell you do. Where, you know, the Spirit had us read the book of Judges. All throughout the book,
And the Lord waxed high against Israel.
every chapter, every other verse.
In a certain chapters, it was that Jacob that called upon the Lord, he would show mercy by raising up a judge unto Israel.
Yeah,
But they turn around and to deliver him
They'll wait till the judge is dead, and then they go back to worship.
that had not known the last judge. And then the Lord waxed hot against Israel because of the wickedness exceedingly evermore again. And then, you know, and this was years of just going back and forth for this, time after time. They put that in a short amount of space. What did Charlie? Jake is a habitual line crossing with the Most High, man. Line stepping, right? You got it, bro.
Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revert more and more.
Hey, the more I give you mercy, the more you turn, and it said that, I think, the more you turn back to wickedness. The more I deliver you from something because you was wicked, and you turn and cry unto me, and I raise up a judge to deliver you. As soon as that judge is dead, you back at it like I never did nothing for you. You will revolt more and more. Go ahead, bro.
The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises, and purifying sores. And
Purifying sores what's that wound that gets infected? And begin to take you over, you can die from that. That's how Jake is.
They have have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. Your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence, and is desolate and overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion,
That's why you don't. That's why you don't even have your own heritage. That's why you're in a land where you serving your enemies, man. All right. That's why you don't have your own military. You don't have your own banks. You don't have your own currency. You don't have shit, man. You got to go to your enemies for the one of all things. The Lord stripped you and made you this low because of your doing, man. The Lord, like, I could set y'all up. I've always taken care of you. But because y'all always want to play the war and go out there and wild out, you know, worship these other gods and be a bunch of deviants, this is why you're gonna go through these conditions, man. You're broken. You're mentally diseased, man. There's no soundness. That's talking about the fullness of health. That's why Yahweh Shai was our physician, man.
Start with a healthy mind and spirit.
Come.
And then we're going to get a healthy body to contain that mind and spirit. Hey, could you read that part again where it says our enemies devoured before? Because I'm going to put it in a modern day perspective of what's actually going on today as we speak. Go ahead, bro.
verse 7. Your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devoured it in your presence.
Now, if you was so happy, or if you really had a sound mind, there's no way that you would live in the ghetto and allow all these other nations to come there and poison you with their terrible ass food, with their drugs, with their cigarettes and their liquor stores that they're destroying you with. Okay? Those things are destroying. You would have outrage about them coming into your neighborhoods, especially the liquor stores. What are they pushing the liquor stores? Bottle liquor is bad, cheap poison, really spirits.
Cigarettes too.
I was gonna say next, cigarettes, blunts, and all of that other stuff. That stuff is there because they can make money off it. But if you care about yourself and your people, you wouldn't let these heathen come in and be comfortable in the neighborhood.
Much similar to how they always have a Duke restaurant, you know?
Yeah.
So
take their kids got
that fast food, because that's still not good food. They may have some veggies in it, but fried rice don't count, you know? Because that's all greasy, and then a lot of the times it's not even real meat. Right? It is meat, it's not. It's like
meat, all right.
It's meat, but it's like it's your dog with some pit.
Or they put pork in everything.
God. So that's on you too, and that's messing with your mind and your spirit up from that. You know?
That's how you allow your enemies to devour you in front of your face. Okay? They come right in the day. That's something that you can apply today. They come right in the neighborhoods with 7-Elevens and the corner stores, and they give you the stuff you don't need. Why don't you ask for Whole Foods to come in your neighborhood and feed you something good? Why don't you ask for a good place and to have reasonable prices in your neighborhood?
And that's
y'all don't want that anyway.
And a lot of times in the hood too, like the brother mentioned 7-Eleven, you got 7-Elevens accepting EBT. So you know if Jacob spent his whole food stamp for that month on 7-Eleven stuff, and it's nothing but just BS snacks up in there.
Yeah, you can read on that. I just wanted to make that point because that's one that you should be easily able to see. That's going on today. Every Jacob should be able to understand that these liquor stores are destroying you. All right, you got it, bro.
And it is desolate and overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in the vineyard.
Overthrown, you let these liquor stores and the malt liquor and the cigarettes and the fast food and all of that into the neighborhood. And now that's got your spirit on something way different. Got your health all messed up. Okay, but you can't wait for it to get into town. I can't wait to get a big and tasty. You know what I'm saying? Make this spicy McChicken. Whatever it is.
Because what the brother is talking about, Esau calls it food deserts, just specifically talking about food, where it's basically a lack of produce within a certain mile radius of where a bunch of Israelites stay, you know, and in that food desert, you have nothing but McDonald's and Wendy's and or down south Zaxby's and all that BS. Basically the high acidic foods without fruits and vegetables in it.
Today, the federal government gave out food stamps early for February, right? And a lot of cities in this country, especially you Jake, poor neighborhoods, everybody went and spent up all their money on EBT this month on food. But guess what was taken out these stores? You look at the shelves, all the meat was gone. Meat and chicken, all gone.
Crab, eggs, shrimp.
All of that gone. That and processed foods, all gone. The only thing that was still there was vegetables.
Niggas about to barbecue and they food stuff.
Everything that was there still was vegetables. All the chips, all the Kool-Aid and juice and sodas, they depleted all that. All the meat, they depleted all of that.
Hey, you niggas gonna have a horrible time, man. Y'all about to go into something that y'all ain't never seen before, man. Hey, Jake is with Jake. You know, Jake is gonna really have a barbecue to be like, oh yeah, well, a celebration for it by grabbing all those things. Because in the time of famine, or when all hell breaks loose, you ain't gonna have electricity, you know. So all those meats that you do buy, they gonna have to spoil. And you can't eat them all before they cook. I mean, and if you choose to eat them all or cook them all before it's spoiled and eat them, that's just gonna make your body worse. Because a heavy meat diet brings forth death. You know, that's why the scriptures tell you about herbs. Herbs is like better is a field of herbs than a stalled ox. You know.
As they lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant. We should have been as Sodom and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Yeah. Everybody would have been dead, killed off.
We didn't create the elect. Yeah, we'd all be through. We'd all be through. Because it tells you that all Israel transgressed the law of the Most High. So that's why the evil that's been done against us, they have not been done the like as unto Jerusalem. You know, that's why Jake suffered the most evil, the most hell. You know? So that's why for the Lord's elect sake, He's going to save the nation of Israel through them.
That's why he said, I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. Because that remnant, the 144,000 are going to be the one that he saved, you know? One third.
That was it.
Because you imagine if the Lord left us no prophets, there was no men of the Lord, there was no there was no Moses, there was no Elijah, there was no Job, there was no righteous men.
Yeah.
We'd all be done. You know?
Something, I gotta say this real quick, something special that happened with the second covenant. Okay? It was the grounds of the second covenant. Everybody was condemned. Everybody but Yahweh was condemned by the law of the first covenant. And the new covenant, but let me say this about the old covenant also. The old covenant was for the whole nation to do this. It was about the whole nation had to do it, or everybody got punished. Right now, it's a better ministry, meaning those that are of the elect, that have that special spirit to do righteousness, they're going to still do it, and they're not going to get punished with the wicked. Now there's a separation between the wicked and the righteous. The righteous don't have to suffer for the deeds of the wicked. Okay? Because the righteous won't learn righteousness. I mean, the unrighteous won't learn righteousness. The wicked won't learn it. Okay, so now the elect get mercy when the two-thirds don't get it. So with that being said, the righteous now can bring back the unrighteous unto righteousness through their loins because of Yahweh Shah Mashiach in the second covenant. It's a big thing that people forget, man. We don't have to die with you wicked ass niggas. Praying that the Most High would to not pray for the wicked. We don't have to die with you. I pray for them, I pray not for them. I pray for the elect, the righteous, the good, not for the wicked of our people. Now there's a separation between the two. Okay, and why do you have our shit for that? You're allowing us to have a chance to be righteous and to get salvation versus being punished with the rest of the wicked, even though we're trying to do righteousness. The men of these scriptures, when we was all judged as a nation, they were trying their best to be as righteous as they possibly could in that time. But we all fell short. Now we have a way to get out. It's through Yahweh Shai particularly, and through faith and works. I just kind of want to make that point because we ain't got to die to you wicked ass people no more, man. You niggas get us killed every damn time.
Luke chapter 11, verse 47 through 50. Woe unto you, for ye build the sepulchres of the prophets, and your fathers killed them.
Hey, because we're the examples, or the men of that time anyway, were the examples of righteousness, you hated them. So what would you do? You set it up so you could kill them, man. It was our people always killing the prophets, man, or having the prophets put together. You particularly, Pontius Pilate didn't want to kill Yahweh Shai. Like, man, I ain't see no crime in this dude. But you chase like now, man, kill him and let the known murderer and thief go. No wicked is there, man. It's like, hell, this man has done nothing wrong. He's innocent.
They want the thug nigga, man. Just like the black one.
Yeah.
I want the thug nigga. I don't want the good dude. I want the thug nigga.
Not the one that can help me in life. Be good for me.
They want the hood nigga.
Then should get knocked up and shit. He leaves. Then now she want the good guy.
To come save her.
Is there any good men left?
That's the question.
I'm a queen. I'm a queen with 3 beautiful children.
3 blessings.
Sound like 3 mistakes.
They call it blessings.
All right, verse 48. Truly ye bear witness that ye allow the deeds of your fathers, for they indeed killed them, and ye built their sepulchres. Therefore also saith the wisdom of the Most High, I will send them prophets and apostles, and some of them they shall slay and persecute, that the blood of all the prophets which was shed from the foundations of the world may be required of this generation.
You got a lot to pay for, you 2/3. I didn't split the blood of the prophets. Man, you gonna spill something out of the blood of the prophets now, it's work. But their blood is gonna be required at your hand for killing righteous and innocent men. Okay? Particularly Yahweh Shai, man. Particularly Yahweh Shai. That's the one that's gonna hurt the most.
Yeah, we can't forget you the one that said let his blood be upon us.
And our children, yeah.
So the Lord recorded that against you.
Okay. Hold on, jot that down. Okay, I got you. I will.
Yeah.
That's why the scripture says it's going to be a time like there's never been before. Yeah. This is the time, man. This is that generation. 2019, this is the fucking generation. They're going to catch hell, man.
That's right.
They're catching hell down in Venezuela, Brazil. You know?
Mexico. Anything south of the border right now, it's lit. There's a reason why all the caravans are trying to get over here.
It's gonna get worse.
Fucking nightmare down there. It's like the brother said, man. The Lord he's not gonna let up on the tribes, man. This is only the beginning of it. You know? You're gonna start hearing about Israelites dying like by thousands, tens of thousands at once. You know how the Lord be killing those the heathens over there, like Indonesia, and, Philippines, and you hear about 2,000 over here died of a typhoon or something like that. Yeah. The Lord gonna start moving like that on you tribes too.
1 Corinthians 10.
Oh, y'all was shot.
Fell in one day, 23,000.
23,000.
Yeah. 320,000.
I got
One day.
You have more? Backing up something that you said earlier about the time that we're living in, right? It's Matthew 24 and 21. It said, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Yep.
If it wasn't for the elect, man, this would be a slow punishment, man. And all the demise of our entire people would be watching it happen, waiting for our day to get destroyed. But because he's speeding up the times, and it's bound for us, man. But this is a time like we've never seen before. There's never been this much tribulation and wickedness on the planet at once. And the elect gotta weather this storm through it, man. Only way is through the Spirit in righteousness, man. To get through this. You have to, if you have something, something else. Did I have something else? Okay, Matthew 24 and 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be." I'm going to say Michael shall stand up in that day.
It's Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom.
And that's talking about Israel.
Okay.
But this place, America, is what houses a lot of Israel. And the Americans, anyway, that houses Israel. And the wickedness is perpetuated here in America, too. And this place has to be destroyed. Just like the 2/3 got to be destroyed. Because if this place continued on, the 2/3 would come back and be wicked again also. So this and the 2/3 got to go. Yeah, bro.
And I will utterly destroy from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob.
But he will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. He's going to leave a remnant. He's going to leave the elect.
Pie chart.
This much gotta go, man. This much of our people gotta go. Only this much is gonna be saved. It's not much at all, man. Not much at all.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. For lo, I will command and I will send the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sea. Yet shall not the least rain fall upon the earth.
The elect is gonna make it out, man. Right? But also, you Israelites that don't know that you're Israelites, you're gonna fall down and be on the level of the heathen either. You're gonna come back into the fold. That's the gospel. That's part of the good news. You get to come back and be Israelites again. Instead of thinking you're a so-called white man, thinking you an Asian, thinking you East Indian or whatever other nation that you might be, a Jaffin, a Polynesian or whatever. You know, you get to be an Israelite again.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
First Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High God.
Yep.
And if it first begin at us, and Trump literally said, you blacks and Latinos are the ones that's going to catch it the hardest with this shutdown. So y'all the ones that's going to really catch it with this shutdown.
So he already know.
I know.
It's long.
There's gonna be some bad times for
Yeah.
the niggas, man.
Yeah. He wants you.
Long-term effects.
Yeah, he already know.
That's why I don't think you're going to come back home.
Hey, Trump prophesied to you niggas, man.
He knew exactly what he was doing when he did this. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High God and the Israelites. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where should the ungodly and the sinner appear?
And the scriptures say the righteous shall scarcely be saved. Meaning they're gonna make it by the skin of their teeth, so to speak. Meaning the Most High gonna have to come clutch. You know, like like you playing a basketball game or you watching an NBA game or something like that. They see somebody throw up a shot in the final 0.5 seconds, hit the shot and win. That's how close it's gonna come. It's gonna come to be like, dang, is he gonna make an end of all? Oh, call up, yeah, my shot.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it's gonna be, man. The Most High he's gonna save you at the last, the very last when you think you got like.
Right when you gonna prove if you ever had doubt or not. And that last final second, right when the doubt about to creep in, boom.
Con.
You know, when you're like, he ain't gonna save us. But he just saved you though. You know? But the 2/3 is gonna be like, he ain't gonna do it. He never gonna believe it. He never gonna believe it, man. And you're gonna be destroyed.
It's Isaiah 10:20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth.
We're going to get off this wicked vibration and get into righteousness with Yahweh Shem Shai and cleave unto him and his ways through his spirit.
The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power of Yahweh Shem Shai. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decrees shall overflow with righteousness.
I got something. So 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and 15. I have said before and now do speak. 9 and 15.
Jump up to like 10 or 9. Something about the wicked.
Talking about Jake, right?
Yeah. And then read down to the
All right. 2nd Ezra 9 and 9.
Yep.
It says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways.
You don't come back to the commandments and the ways and the faith of the Yahweh Shem Shai. You're abusing the ways and you're going to get destroyed.
And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments for such.
The things that we're telling you aren't for your destruction, but for your salvation. We're trying to warn you, do these things that you may escape the judgment that's coming to the world, that's coming harshly to our people. Okay, that you be not overtaken by these things. Okay, but our people won't hear it. You got it, bro.
It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. And they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance.
This is that time period, man. And this is literally to find that last creak of light coming through the door of mercy, man, when there's still a way in, is right now. Like in a week or two, Trump can shut it all down and everything can change. See, well, we can't make it out on the streets no more. The famine could be next week, come the 1st. The famine of the word could be here. And the famine of bread could be here all at once. People don't understand the magnitude of what's going on, the times that we're in right now. Yeah, bro.
It says, and when as yet the place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished.
Hey, if you're a righteous man, hey, forget about what the wicked are doing. You need to get on to what the righteous are doing. So you can do that and get up out of there.
Make a comment. Because you know, Jake is always worried about somebody else. You know, their mind's always looking, well, how can we save everybody? If you don't got it, you don't understand. How can you help somebody else if you don't understand what's going on? You know, you got to worry about yourself first, and then you can help others. That's why the scriptures say eat the whole roll. Because you, in order for you to teach it, you have to know it.
It also saying Philippians 2 was at 2 and 12. And basically we got to seek out our own salvation and be in the truth.
If somebody would ask me, what can I do to save everybody? Just save yourself. That's how you save everybody. Save yourself.
Because people get in that spirit of what about praying for our loved ones and praying for, you know, what about, you know, the children and this and that.
Love your enemy and all that.
Love your enemy, you know.
You'll fall in love. That's exactly what I was telling you.
It's the same thing that Abraham did. Right before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, he was trying to, you know, give supplication for them to see if, you know, hey, you gonna destroy everything here? Is there a few righteous people that you know, save? Or,
we were reading through that. It was damn.
Yeah, went from 50 to only what, 4?
If our people were so there, if they were so righteous, then the Lord wouldn't even proclaim evil judgment against us. You know, it says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, because Prophet Ezra, he kept asking the angel so many questions, and he was kind of going out of, like, hey, the angel had to check him a few times.
Yeah, that's above your.
That's above your, that's seek not the things that are too hard. Too hard to hide for you.
But what it say? But what is commanded of thee, think thereupon with reverence. Like, do the right things and just worry about that. Don't consume your mind with the wrong thing.
Yeah, man.
And because it said the knowledge of the law was what ended up condemning us. Because we knew about that with the allowed to be crossed with the law. And I believe Peter Paul said that. You got the verse, right?
Yeah, I'm still there. I was trying to find the account where Ezra was basically asking the angel, why is the Lord allowing all this evil to come upon Israel? It's in the same book. It's in 2nd Esdras. It's like maybe chapter.
I know the 6th chapter said other questions asked thou not.
Right.
That's in the 6th chapter. But I think the one you're talking about, you were checking a little earlier. It might be the 4th chapter.
So like I'll finish reading it. Somebody can find it. It says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Then answered I and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved.
That's what the brother saw the part time earlier, man.
Yep.
Zechariah 13:8. The Lord has a small remnant that he's gonna save. All right, it's 144,000 and 1/3. In the next kingdom, he's gonna use those men as the government. All right under Yahweh Shai to rule this planet, man, for all eternity, man. All right, under law, statutes, commandments, guidelines of this book, man. The book we're reading now is the Holy Bible. All right, this Bible is going to be the law of the land in the next kingdom, man. All right, the next kingdom on earth, man. Everybody gonna have to live by these laws, statutes, commandments. All right, whether you like it or not.
And like it just said, it said there's a place. Where's it at? But I want to. It says, for whom the world is created. That's talking about the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
I go to prepare a place for you. And it tells you in the 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, it's already prepared for you, man, in the spirit. It's for who? His disciples, the servants, the prophets, man. That's who it's created for, man.
Mind blowing for you regular carnal-ass Christians, right? This is the first stage of the kingdom that's already prepared. The book is ready. When you get this wisdom into you, you've already tasted a glimpse of the kingdom of heaven. But then it's going to be a full incarnation of it, not just in the flesh, but a full manifestation of it upon earth. Within us and then upon earth. First in our minds and our spirits from this book, in the mind and spirit of Yahweh Shai, then into our bodies, then into the earth itself. That all righteousness can now dwell in all of those habitations. Okay, but it takes all these levels. It takes the spirit first, then the spirit of us, then our physical bodies to live out that righteousness, and then the earth will then blossom from that spirit of righteousness.
Hey, the government shutdown. That's gonna lead up to that. Martial law.
That's what we almost said.
Yeah, almost. The government shutdown leading up to that.
Second Ezra 4, you can get that.
And the 2nd Ezra 4 at the top. And the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer and said, thy heart hath gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High?
And that's the people though. People think they got it figured out.
Yeah.
But hey man, stop trying to, hey, you on the earth and the Most High in heaven, man. Stop trying to figure out his ways are unsearchable. And his thoughts are not our thoughts, man. But fall back, stay in your lane. You know, I don't even know half these answers, man. You don't need to know them either. Fall back. All right, bro.
It's jumping down.
What do you say? You've been in the world too long, sir?
This is going down into jumping down to 25. What will he then do unto his name whereby we are called? Of these things have I asked. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
That's not what I wanted, but that kind of comes in. I actually found what I was looking for. If you can, start at, jump back up to verse 21 and read down to 23.
2 Corinthians 4 and 21. But like as the ground is given unto the wood, and the seas to his floods, even so they that dwell upon the earth may understand nothing but that which is upon the earth.
Yeah, meaning the things of the spirit, you know, they're high level understandings, man. You gotta be an ultimate man of the Lord or an angel of the heavens to understand certain things of the heavens, man. If not, if you just a regular mortal, carnal-minded man, you just think from your emotional standpoint, you know, you're coming from the flesh, you ain't gonna understand why some of the things happen the way they do. You know, that's what the angel was trying to tell Prophet Ezra, man. Go ahead,
Continuing 21. And he that dwelleth above the heavens may only understand the things that are above the height of the heavens. Then answered I and said, I beseech thee, O Lord, let me have understanding. For it was not my mind to be curious of the high things, but of such as pass by us daily. Namely, wherefore Israel is given up as a reproach to the heathen, and for what cause the people whom thou hast loved is given over unto ungodly nations, and why the law of our forefathers is brought to naught, and the written covenants come to none effect.
Yeah, so he had these questions for the angel. When you see, I'm trying to seek answers from you because I know that you go back to the Father. Well, just looking at the conditions that we're in, you know, seeing that the laws perished from Israel, we're scattered among the heathen, we're suffering, calamities upon them. So basically, when he's asking the angels, I want answers about this. He's trying to plead for Israel while Israel is suffering for their iniquity. That's why we're not supposed to be curious about how the ungodly shall perish. Don't worry about them. They're going to be wicked. And the Lord's going to actually judge you.
God.
But you supposed to worry about your salvation, man. Worry about the elect. I think there was a little more, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's it. Jump from there to 2nd Ezra 5 and start at 28.
2nd Ezra 5 and 28. And now, O Lord, why hast thou given this one people over unto many, and upon the one root hast thou prepared others, and why hast thou scattered the only one people among many?
So he's pleading for Jake, man. And he was curious. But these were the prophets warned these wicked niggas that this was gonna happen to them. This was literally Ezra was living during the time of what the Medo-Persian Empire. So we had our enemies ruling over us. We had just came from out of the Babylonian captivity. We came right into the Medo-Persian Empire, but we was in our land.
Yeah.
And what happened? Jake still went to their wickedness, man. You know, Jake was still marrying the women of the other nations.
That's what all the.
Heathen women.
That's what first Esdras went into.
Yeah, yeah. When you go into the book of Ezra, and also Nehemiah too,
Yeah.
the priests had to cuss Jake out because there was, you know, swiping wives and shit, man. Having families with heathen and taking on their culture. And,
It said that in the book of Judges as well. We're checking on that.
yeah, man.
Taking on, instead of driving out the nations that were no lands, you were dwelling among them.
Yeah, they get cut into it. So, you know, Ezra, he really didn't understand, man. Yeah, man.
So, 28. And upon the one roof hast thou prepared others, and why hast thou scattered thy only one people among them? And they which did gainsay thy promises, and believe not thy covenants, have trodden them down. If thou didst so much hate thy people, yet shouldest thou punish them with thine own hands? Now when I spoke...
Why you got the heathens punishing Jake? Why don't you just punish Jake? But that's not, hey, your ways are not my ways.
I got
you
one.
know? Reason for it. The reason why the Lord uses these other nations to punish Jake is because Jake tried to be like the other nations.
Yeah.
You want to be like them? All right, well, I'm going to use them to whoop you, man. You know? You want to be like them. You want to do after their work, so I'm going to use them. And I'm going to show them what serving them is really all about.
Kinda, and the Lord will do the same thing in these days. You want to follow after Esau? You won't get the judgment like him.
No, you niggas that believe that Esau, you ain't supposed to hate Esau, you're not supposed to abhor Esau. Okay, go ahead and go and love Esau then, man. You know, you niggas that deny that he's Esau, you believe he's a Arab or whatever you niggas is teaching.
They said, someone in a comment said that Esau is the Ethiopians.
Hey, go on and believe that then. You know? We can't get mad at that.
And what the Apostle Torah saying? You saying alone?
Yeah, let him alone. Let him believe that. Let the ignorant be ignorant. He that is ignorant, let him be ignorant. You can believe that, you know. So when all hell breaks loose, okay, we'll see if that was a Edomite or Ethiopian that put your ass to shut.
It's quiet. About to get hit by that bus. Demon.
I know that the Edomites is through. The Edomites is through, man. Esau, you're through. Yeah. That's too bad. Look. Almost. Almost did a good deed. Almost ran in hell over. That dude don't know anything.
Yeah, he was man.
That bus must clipped the shit out
Yeah.
of him. There's two people that have walked out of this.
And if the Lord wanted his ass, the angel could have brought him out just 2 inches
Yeah. Oh yeah.
to the left.
Or made him burp or something there. Yeah, you know?
He probably would have got it. It would have been just a mangled mess right here on the street. You know? Both sides terrible, man. But getting back to you niggas though. God. Hey, if you want to believe that Esau is the Ethiopians, hey, you feel free to believe it, man. You know, we're not here to convert you.
And what the Apostle Tahar was saying, it's like, hey, we're not here to, we're not going to sit here and argue the truth with you. And debate the truth with you. If you don't know that what we got is the truth, okay, you tell your truth and we'll tell our truth. We'll see who got the real truth.
Yep.
That's it.
So he said Esau is the Ethiopians. So the Ethiopians, the motherfuckers got banks all over the world. They got embassies all over the world. Well, they got space stations.
That's weapons.
The global reserve currency got the face of the Ethiopians on it. You know, I guess the Ethiopians is the end of the world, and Jacob's is the end of that phone.
They get bugs out.
Starved ass fucking big shuttle head headlights. Them motherfuckers. So
Fly on the eyeball having ass hamites, man.
Let's not forget what the word Esau means wasted away. Edom means red. You know Ethiopia's red.
So if that's the Ethiopians, who's Esau? They can never answer that. They always got to give somebody the remote actor. That they already done away with. Then why the fucking war on earth? Why is all these calamities still happening? Is that away with already? Who in history ever was before you? Never can answer those questions. Unbelievable.
yeah, we don't. I mean, when Jake, throws shit like that out there, man, that's expected. It ain't even worth addressing, really. Like, don't even do a video responding to that stupid shit.
Yeah.
That's just foolish in itself. Esau's that's the Ethiopians. That's the funniest shit I heard so far, man. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
Didn't the Jonathan say the killer of the dark races? Him?
That was probably a troll, man.
Oh, kind of, probably. I ain't.
Just a troll.
But Jake is like that, though. Jake will be that no doubt.
Yeah.
Trying to save his own principle.
The second Edges 5 and 29. It's like 30. I'm sorry, 29. And they which did gainsay the promises and believe not thy covenants have trodden them down. If thou didst so much hate thy people, yet shouldest thou punish them with thine own hands. Now when I have spoken these words,
That's why going over back to the chapter in 9, be not curious on how the ungodly shall be punished.
Yep.
Don't worry about how I deal with it. We're just worried about your path, your walk. Really, you should be focused on your path, because if you fall to the left or to the right, you're gonna end up like them.
Con.
And that's our mindset, man. We don't want to. We ain't fucking with none of you niggas out there, man. That's why this thing is tight knit. It's closed in, man. The Lord is basically sealing the disciples all together, man. It's a closed house. Spiritual ark, man. And it's not gonna be easy for just any old person to get in. Okay? Good.
Kindness 31. Now when I had spoken these words, the angel that came to me the night afore was sent unto me and said unto me, hear me, and I will instruct thee. Hearken to the thing that I say, and I shall tell thee more. And I said, speak on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, thou art sore trouble in my mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou that thou art sore trouble in mind for Israel's sake.
Yeah, you're in trouble in mind for Israel's sake, meaning you're so worried about Jake, man. You're so concerned about how they're being punished, because Jake have that soft, compassionate, spirit,
Yeah.
about your people.
Just
Jake
people
like
on the earth, man. Ain't just Israelites.
that's where that whole you can't hate the 2/3 doctrine comes from. Jake always wanted to plead for the wicked, man. The hell with them. That's why the Lord had Prophet Ezekiel. He had him go and look into through that wall, and basically he saw all the manner of abominable works that Israel was doing. He said, behold and look at the abominations that you see. And when you see their wickedness, you're going to be like, oh, man. Jeremiah, he got the message based on how he was treated by these niggas. That's why he's done. That's why he's the one that said it. Hey, don't lift up a cry, neither a prayer for these people.
He put curses on the niggas.
And he put curses on them. You know? Let her cry be heard from their houses when there be when they be met with a troop. And the Lord shall suddenly be a troop upon them. You know? And that's what's gonna literally happen in during martial law. The troops gonna be waiting for you niggas right in front of your house.
Yeah. Hey, you think the scenario popped in my head this morning actually. So I wake up and the scenario was this food shut down. But how you gonna get to the store? When you get to the store, you think niggas ain't gonna be stopping the store to see who look weak that got a bunch of groceries?
Yeah.
They gonna start hunting you at these stores, man. And these apartment complexes gonna become a trap.
Like that thing that the brother put out, How It Ends.
Oh, yeah.
That went into it, man.
Yeah, I didn't get to read it. I forgot.
Listen to it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it, bro. But it made me think about it though. You sitting there, motherfuckers, watching you. You got watermelon and shit. You got eggs.
That happens,
cereal.
bro. That happens already.
Yeah.
I heard a story about this woman, and this Jake. It was, oh, let me help you with those groceries. As soon as they got over there, he said, put them groceries in my car, and she ain't had no choice.
Yeah.
It's going even worse these days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because you niggas, love Obama so much. He fucking set everything up for Trump to do what he's doing, man. You remember where the Social Security agency they ordered so many rounds of bullets.
Oh, yeah, hollow points.
Yep, hollow points. These different agencies that give you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The aid. They stocked up on bullets and guns. And this is the time.
Obama militarized the police.
This is the time where everything's about to play out.
Yep. FEMA coffins too.
Yep.
Right on you niggas' noses. Hey, that's straight up tactical right there.
That was all Obama's watch.
That's straight up tactical. Have you niggas fall in love with a person that's brown skinned like you? Man, Lord put y'all niggas on the trigger down.
Gone.
And all you jakes that get affected by this, because the Lord told Prophet Isaiah, hey, my servants shall eat, but they shall starve. So when we see these little nigglets, these nigga women, these spicks, when they start suffering behind this thing, we ain't gonna have no feelings towards it, man. We gonna praise Yahweh Shalom Shah.
That's right.
Because more than likely, if you was still eating, if you still was getting all these benefits, you was doing what living your life normally with no care, you niggas will still be in the streets, all right, wilding fuck out, worshiping whatever idol, whatever God you serve. You women would be still careless, sluts and whores. You'd be talking shit about the prophets. You'd be scoffing. You'd be still doing evil. So why all of a sudden should we feel something about you now that judgment is being brought?
And we warned you. We don't feel bad for you. We warned you already. Hey, you gonna be mad? Hey, it's always with the parable of the 10 verses, man.
Yep.
We were the ones that trimmed our lips.
First said we didn't laugh at you.
Man.
Yeah.
I got one.
Hold it real quick. Finish that verse off, and then get your scripture.
2 Corinthians 5 and 32. And he said unto me, hear me, and I will instruct thee. Hearken to the thing that I say, and shall tell thee more. And I said, speak on my Lord. Then said he unto me, thou art sore troubled in mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them?
So you love these wicked niggas more than you love the Most High? Because these judgments are proclaimed against these niggas. The Lord proclaimed judgment against them. So who's that? Wisdom of Solomon? Who shall stand? That one too. But it's one in the Wisdom of Solomon. I think like 12th chapter. Who shall stand against me for the nations that perish or something like that? Somebody get Job 34.
So Wisdom of Solomon?
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon.
I get 12 or 13?
It's chapter 12, verse 12.
12 and 12. That's 8.
I got it.
Brother still gotta learn the numerals.
Yeah, the glance to look right.
34 and 33.
Job chapter 34, verse 33, and it reads, should it be according to thy mind?
So should it be according to your mind, meaning your opinion, your emotion? Jake is all, what I notice about Israel is having your own opinion or just, being so heavily opinionated and emotional. That shit is so valued in Israel. Man. Every Jake feel like they should be able to have a platform just based on that just based on
their merit and their credentials is their emotions, their thought process, their opinion.
Yeah, it's all about what I'm thinking, what I feel inside.
Yeah. What I feel is right.
What I feel is right. And when you do that, you really you being rebellious against the Most High. Man. You're fighting against the judgment of the Heavenly Father, man. The scripture tell you evil men understand not judgment. Okay? The wise understand judgment. So it said, shall it be according to your mind? Go ahead.
He will recompense it, whether thou refuse or whether thou choose.
And you can't stop it. If the Lord wants to judge and make an example out of his people, he gonna do that, man. All right, if you want to kill a mass number of Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, he's going to do it. You can't get in the middle of that. All right? If the Lord wants to plague a whole town and kill off a lot of niggas, like for example, towns like ATL, a bunch of sodomites everywhere. What happened in Mexico, we go hit the bar later on if that shit happened in ATL, man, and a lot of fucking sodomites got burnt the fuck up, Because, hey, judgment got executed, man. A whole town full of just degenerates, man. Them women over there, they so desperate. If you a man from any other state, they're willing to get with you to not get with them flame niggas out there, man.
Yep.
They don't even want the native niggas of their own city, man. That's why niggas from New York and Cali, when they go to ATL, they eat, man. But a lot of them women, they got diseases because of the men that they dealing with over there. Bunch of down low ass niggas, man. Bunch of young thugs and young jocks and shit, man. Thug ass nigga wearing wigs and shit.
Bunch of what's his name? Young Jock.
Yeah, that's what I was.
You said
Gucci Mane and all that.
Them niggas are all fagged out, man. Go ahead, bro.
He will recompense it whether thou refuse or whether thou choose. And not I, therefore speak what thou knowest.
Speak what you know. But when it concerns judgment, the Lord get ready to punish niggas. Hey, that ain't your concern, man. Let the Lord judge, man. Let him do what he do. The Lord said he accomplished that which he pleases, man. He said he would do all his pleasure. Okay? Let his will be done, man. That's why a few years back, niggas, you had niggas in Israel that was really bleeding for the 2/3, man. Like every time something bad happened to these jakes out here, when there's like a vigil or a march or some shit, Jake want to be a part of it. You ain't supposed to be marching and praying for for them and their families, man. Fuck Jake, man. Fuck them, man. They're not seeking the truth of Yahweh Shem Shai. They believe in it. They died believing in this fucking wicked hellhole, man. They believe in this system. All right. They believed on this damn devil, man. They didn't think he was the devil. A lot of these jakes that's getting shot by these Edomite cops, they didn't believe that Esau was the devil, all right? He was allowed to walk right through their neighborhoods, but let another Jake walk through. Is there more? Go ahead.
Verse 34, let men of understanding tell me, and let a wise man hearken unto me.
God.
The Lord's dealing with the wise, man. Understanding. Prudent hearts, man. That's the only men he's dealing with. Other nation Israel.
If somebody got that wisdom of Solomon? Wisdom of Solomon.
Which one? This wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 12. For who shall say, what hast thou done? Or who shall withstand thy judgment? Or who shall accuse thee for the nations that perish?
Yeah. Who shall accuse thee for the nations that perish, man? you gonna try to cuss the Most High? Like Job's wife? You know? Hey, man. See, judgment goes forth to cut off evil. That's what those judgments were for, man. So that you could take away evil from among the people.
That's why the scripture says, "You also that others may fear." You know, to cut off that wickedness, and that's why you would stone or do those acts of killing them in front of all the people. So that same sin will be cut off, so that the fear of being persecuted for that sin, it'll wipe it away. You know?
The problem is that Jake can't conceive or understand the reasons why the Most High will do that, because they see themselves as possibly being that wicked and that happening to them. They don't see themselves. I ain't gonna do that. They see the iniquities of others within themselves. You know, they don't see themselves getting away from those things, and they see themselves possibly getting punished. And because their feeble minds can't understand judgment and then the purpose of judgment, they get emotional about it.
That's why John 3 says what it says about men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds will be reproved as evil. You know, that's why Scripture also says, what communion has light with darkness?
Yeah.
You know, because when we out here on the highways and hedges, telling the people how they going off and telling them to correct themselves, repent, and come back into the ways of the Heavenly Father, and then we put the judgments of what'll happen if they don't do it. You know, that's why Jake gets so hurt. Because they're like, dang, like, I know it's right. I know it's right. But I just can't do it. You know? Because that upright spirit wasn't put in them.
It says a man shall cleave to his like. So you know, it's the reason why, you know, they have that saying, you know, birds of a feather flock together. So, of course, if a nigga die, if you a nigga, you gonna cleave for a nigga. You know? They see that nigga in me.
Or who shall accuse thee for the nations that perish, whom thou hast made? Or who shall come to stand against thee, to be revenged for the unrighteous man?
Yeah. Who gonna come to revenge the judgment that was done on the wicked? Who's gonna come to revenge that? Basically, the Lord. Whoever feels like that, the Lord's calling you out, man. Because even though this is dealing with how the Lord had to take out those Canaanites when he allowed the Israelites to go into the land of Canaan, and he basically told them, when you go into the land that I gave your fathers, that I promised to your fathers, make no covenants with them, neither take their daughters for wives, neither give your daughters,
Yep.
you know, don't be giving them marriage, don't make a covenant with them, just kill them off. You got Jakes that's like, well, what if, you know, there's little children and this, you know, what if there's some, you know,
Saul did that. Saul got it for that Amalekite.
The king.
He was like, Amalekite, they wanted that king.
Yeah, man. But the Lord basically, he's calling you out, man. So you gonna come to revenge for the judgment that was done? You know? You wanna fight with the Most High? Woe to you that strife with his maker. Your arms is too short.
They don't complain of an ungodly father. And that goes for Jake too. That's crazy, bro.
Yep.
Most God wouldn't do that. God is all love. You don't know each
God is all love, so that means we're supposed to be open to everything. I'm supposed to be okay with you sleeping with my wife, because God is all love. I'm supposed to love you even if you pop my wife. Or if you get me set up to get robbed, or whatever evil you do to me, I'm supposed to love you anyway.
I'm supposed to forgive you, and they don't know who the fuck to forgive.
But they're so hypocritical,
Yeah.
because you don't say it, you don't show that same love back when it's happening to you.
Yeah.
Let me suck the shit out you and take your woman, and then let's see if you still got love for her.
It's not in your nature to forgive like that.
Yeah.
To just love after somebody do harm to you.
Yeah, man, they try to abuse that. That's the wickedness that come from the wicked ass Christian church.
Yep.
Man. They was taught that by the devil. That was it. That was the only verse I wanted to show.
I got that. Yeah, this is Romans chapter 1. I'm gonna start verse 17. For therein is the righteousness of the Most High revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. This is the end that comes to judgment, that negative judgment, is the end that comes to unrighteousness. That's the truth of unrighteousness. So when somebody gets judged, and you don't understand why, hey, guess what? There was something that you don't know that the Most High knows of that they did to deserve that.
God.
They could be in this life, they could be in their current life, or they could be in past ones.
Yeah. Hey, Yahweh Shai, but Jesus, somebody said, Jesus got punished, he wasn't supposed to get punished. So we should have to get punished. He got punished so we wouldn't have to get punished. No. He got punished because he did something in his life for us to take away the way that we would get punished. We get punished because of the law, which we didn't keep perfect.
Because he
was based upon faith now to give us this grace period to come back to the Most High God.
Because Hawashai didn't get judged in his former lives.
Not to the level he's supposed to.
Because he died.
I might have one more verse. I gotta read that verse. Verse 18. For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness, because that which may be known of the Most High is manifest in them, for the Most High have shown it unto them. He showed you that you was wicked by judging you in a harsh way. Hey, the two guys gonna know that they fucked up when they get destroyed. When you taste thermonuclear fire, you gonna know you fucked up. And the balance of that is when the elect get salvation, the appreciation that they gonna have for Yahweh Shai, they gonna know because they show righteousness unto them. And so you don't understand judgment. When bad judgment goes forth, nor do you believe that you should get paid back for your unrighteousness. That means you don't understand getting a righteous judgment either. You think everybody should just get it. No, it wouldn't work that way.
Romans chapter 3, verse 3, and I'm reading down to 6. For what if some did not believe, shall the unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid. Yeah, let the Most High be true and every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. But if our unrighteousness commend the righteousness of the Most High, what shall we say?
Hey, when the wicked get punished for their unrighteousness, well, that proves the Most High said he's going to punish. He's doing what he said he was going to do. If you do unrighteousness, I'm going to punish you according to your unrighteousness. And if you do righteously, I'm going to reward you according to your righteousness. It's another way that he proves that he's doing what he said he was going to do.
Most High is a man that should not lie.
Is the Most High unrighteous who taketh vengeance? I speak as a man. God forbid. For then how shall the Most High judge the world? For if the truth of the Most High have more abounded through my life unto his glory, why yet am I also judged as a sinner?
I got some. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 61. It says, he made man and put his heart in the midst of his body and gave him breath, life, and understanding. Yet in the spirit of almighty power, which made all things and searcheth out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth, surely he knoweth your inventions and what you think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. Therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame.
And he's going to judge you according to that. 2 Corinthians 5 and 10.
And when your sins are brought forth, you shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your accusers in that day.
That's right.
Hey man, that's the thing that's great. When they say your life flies before your eyes, that's the warning of this is why this happened to me. That's what that really is. You don't get to see all the good times and all the bad. You get to see the punishments that can happen if this moment transpires. You know, for the reasons, hey, your family gonna get taken. You gonna get taken away from your family and see them mourn, or maybe but then they gonna mourn because you was doing this. You know, it's something that you did to deserve the judgment you did. Say something about that?
2 Corinthians 5 and 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Because he knows the good and the bad that you have done. Okay? He's gonna judge you righteously according to what you have. We're gonna say it.
That everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad.
So whether you did good or you hey, it's just like a teacher on a test. If you pass the test, you get the A or you get the pass. If you fail, you don't. You went down to test, the F. That's how judgment goes for you. Okay? You're gonna sit back and according to what you did.
Hebrews 4 and 12.
No, read it, please. That's all you give about
2 Corinthians 5 and 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men.
We should persuade you to do good things that you may be judged righteously. Because doing bad, you get judged harshly, man. When he said your eyes are going to consume away, man, that's when I first heard of that, that scared the mess out of me, man. Like my tongue gonna burn in my mouth, my eyes gonna hold flesh off my skin. I don't want that to happen.
Burn like an oven.
Some hot ass food or some shit. Came out the microwave.
Yeah.
Left it in there for too long. Like, oh shit, you feeling on your tongue for like 3 days.
Well, when you scald your tongue, drinking hot coffee or
scald
something,
your tongue.
I said, bothers you. Imagine thermonuclear fire.
Imagine your tongue melting, consuming out of your home.
Man, We're afraid of that. You should be.
Shit, famine.
Yeah.
It's better to die by sword.
Yeah.
Knowing the terror of the Lord we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh. And thy trust also are made manifest in your conscience.
Because the conscience is what's going to correct you. If we, like the girl says something like that, man, I know I'm fucking up, man. I need to get right. Let me get myself right. When you think like that, when you do those things, that should be the thing that pulls you back to repent, back to righteousness, or toward righteousness. But how do you know what's the standard to keep? You gotta hear it.
Hebrews 4:12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword.
These are things that can happen immediately, turn around immediately. Because these are straightforward things that you can do to yourself back on righteousness. The set of book is profitable for what? For instruction, correction, reproof, instruction of righteousness, doctrine. You know? Among other things that are listed.
The things are written before time, before our.
And the things written before time, before our learning. Now we may take the examples of other men and learn to be righteous.
For the word of the Lord is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
And the discerner of the thoughts, and so he knows how wicked you are in your spirit. Man, he knew what you meant to do. He knew if you was trying to be righteous or you had a wicked intent. And this book is a measuring stick to how you can learn that from somebody. Like Esau is easy to read, man. Esau is one of the easiest people to read. As the wicked, once you realize he's the wicked, it's easy to read. You shouldn't be followed by the simple snares of an Edomite man or whatever right in front of you. The big systematic things maybe, but those are major. But one man getting over on you, that should be happening, man. Once you have this word, that was good. But the Most High will judge even your intent in your heart.
This is Sirach 17 and 18. It's like verse 19. It says, therefore all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continually upon their ways. None of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him.
Hey, it's bright, like it was the sun before him. It's well lit. He can easily see what's going on. It's not like dark when he's not sure. Nah, he can clearly see what you were up to.
Hell, if Esau had the technology where he can look at you, he got the big brother technology. You know, he can track you and your activity, and they can judge how you.
Right?
Yeah, they know what you like, what you into, what you type, what you search.
They got the facial recognition to tell your mood.
Yeah, exactly. If Esau got that technology, you don't think the Most High don't need none of that shit. Esau is just trying to be like the Most High. Esau don't need all that corner shit. He created your spirit.
He made him be the Most High.
It's a lot. So read it. It says, none of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him, but all their sins are before the Lord. So hey, man.
Right before him, you know, okay, I see what you was thinking. I got you. I may not get you today, but I'm going to get you good when I do get you.
God, doesn't even in the scriptures, it's talking about Esau. It says, there is no secret that thou can hide from me.
Go for everybody. For everybody. There you go. I got one.
It's Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Hey, so when you follow your heart, you know, what you believe is right for yourself, and you're not going by the mind of the Most High. How do you know the mind of the Most High? Because he wrote it down in the book. He wrote the standard that he wants you to have down in the book. to live up to that standard. If you're not doing that, you can let your own mind deceive you.
I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways, and according to the fruit of his doings.
So you get paid back by your actions that play it out from what you see in your own mind, your own heart.
And what is the reins?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what up?
Look that up. The Hebrew is kalaya. There's kalaya, which means of the seat of emotion and affection. So the Lord even ponders your emotions, man. It's all about my heart. The Lord knows my heart. Yeah, He does know your heart. If there's any wickedness in it, then the Lord is going to deal with you, man.
I'm not a bad person, God knows. Yeah. Why you getting jacked up?
Every Jake that's guilty about some shit, that's what they always say. So listen, man, God knows my heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know.
You know what I say to them when they say that? I be like, you trying to convince me or you trying to convince you?
Right.
Now I see through you already.
You can't get through to the Most High.
Nah, forget about that.
You can't go no faster than the Most High. That's why I read that in St. Number 16. The Lord, He made man, He formed man, He put His spirit, His breath into you. You don't think He knows what He gave to you? Like He put that in you. You know? And Jake always try to be witty to try to get around the Most High. What's your question?
Yeah, I was listening to what you were saying, and I noticed like a lot of people in the church, they got a lot of they talk about things. God know my heart. God, only judge me. But it's like they don't want to put the work in. You know what I mean? They like some people are saying like I'll ask a brother like how you doing? He's like I'm blessed. And I say, well, what does that mean to be blessed? And he's like, I'm just blessed. Like, what does that mean? Like, how do you get blessed? Like, what? You know what I mean? Then I hear a lot of people talking about this Old Testament and in the New Testament. I hear a lot of people in the church and people in the world wanting to do away with the Old Testament. And it's like, they say, oh, we live by faith now. And I'm like, but what about the work? I mean, it's okay to have faith, but what about putting in that work?
So I'm going to ask you, I was just saying, but I'm going to ask you. Because if you have these thoughts, you might have that other level of thought with us. So you talk about, you have faith, but where are the works? The works are, well, I'm going to say,
Keeping the commandments, the
right,
law,
the
statutes,
works are listed in the Old Testament.
Right.
The commandments, the prophecies.
Right.
You got to know all those things that's written in the history. You got to understand all those things that's written in the Old Testament.
Right.
To have the faith to believe to go forward from the New Testament.
Right.
And what that means is, to have faith, have it to be faith-based.
Right.
That makes sense, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I got another question. I was having a debate with some people, and they come from the church. And I'm still kind of new in the faith. I've been getting into the Word, getting into the Scriptures. And as I was reading the Bible, it brought me out of the church. And I'm noticing one of the things that the churches cling to is this idea that Jesus came, or Yahweh came for everybody. And they try to squeeze in this Gentiles and Greeks thing. So I've been looking for some scriptures, some precepts to show that them Gentiles are actually Israelites that was living in the ways of the Gentiles. So if y'all can share with me some scriptures I can take with me on my journey, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, let me tell you this.
Okay.
One of the key things that the church leave out as to why they don't understand the Gentile mystery is because they leave out a portion of the book that was taken out that gives you closure to the understanding of how Israel even became Gentiles to the money became Greeks. I read book that the brothers holding. That history in there goes into how they became those Greeks.
How they became those Gentiles. Okay. I was going to say every once in a while, then when you go into the actual Greek language that the New Testament is written in, when you look up the word Greek sometimes, or you look at the word Gentile sometimes, when it seems like it's in the same context of the Jews, and the word would be there, Hellenistas, or Helen, which means
Greek-speaking Jew.
yeah, basically Greek-speaking Jew. Basically, they
To
took on
adopt
the
the Greek language
Yeah.
and the custom.
But in the Apocrypha, when you go to the Maccabees, they tell you how it happened. How he stripped our customs, the Israelite customs, away from them, from our people, and they had to start taking
on the Greeks.
Matter of fact, let's
Like how
grab
we
that.
are here in America right now.
Somebody get that in
First Maccabees 1.
Which one? First Maccabees.
Yeah, I got it. I see somebody got that. Start up though. This is First Maccabees, chapter 1.
Read like start it.
First Maccabees 1 to 11.
Start right there. This is just, and no one is going to look like there's no way to do it. The church ain't going to want you to use this book.
Right.
Then they're not going to want you, they're going to make you, they're going to try to limit.
They're gonna say, "Oh, that's not the inspired word of God."
Right.
But see, that's the original right there. See what he's holding? That was that red book is in there.
Got you. That's the 1611. Got you.
Right.
Got you. Okay.
I thought you were about to say something else.
Well, I was thinking because what I've been doing when people come at me with that, I take them to Second Esdras, what's it, 6 and 54. When it's talking about, you got everybody come from Adam, but then you got the people that was chosen. The people is like spit, so it's like, how can he be for everybody when he's sitting here calling the certain people spit?
Yeah.
Somebody that started by something that's Old Testament. Now, but in the New Testament, he updated it. Jesus updated it, the house side. He updated it and made it for everybody. We're trying to go to Romans 11, but that's still talking about those that fell away from the customs of Israel.
Right. And one thing that gets me, I don't want to cut you off, but one thing that gets me is when I hear, like, I had a debate with a pastor one time, and he was running to this idea that the Old Testament was done away with. But he collected tithes and offerings in the church. And it was, to my understanding, that was an Old Testament thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, it's just a lot of, you know what I mean? Like I said, once I was getting into the book, I'm like, hold up. Yo, it's been a lot of deception going on, man.
You over Matthew 5th chapter, that cuts the Lord himself. He cut all that. 5 and 17. He cut all that right there. That the Old Testament is done away.
Gotcha.
But let me read this. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11.
Okay.
It says, in those days went there out Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant.
What does it say above that?
You talking about Alexander?
It talks about
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah, you want me to get on it? Right after that, where he was servants.
so let's start at 10.
We start at 10?
I'm gonna start at 9.
Start at 9.
Follow with y'all.
This is the history.
Right. Okay.
It's during the Greek captivity time.
Verse 9, First Maccabees 1 and 9. And after his death, talking about the death of Alexander, the Greek, it says, after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
That was going into the history. The Greeks Their empire started with you had Alexander the Great, right? Alexander the Greek. Basically, his father, Philip of Macedon, he basically smote King Darius, who was the last king of Persia. Okay. Once the Persians went down,
At the top of that chapter, it says that, right?
right. But when they fell, these were Edomites that rose up into power after they took down the Persian rulers.
The Persians are the Iranians. They still know that the Persians.
The Persians, they still know.
So when they got taken down by the Edomites that were calling themselves now the Greeks, this is how it all went down. Evils were multiplied in the earth.
Gotcha. And the original Greeks were the children of Japheth.
Yeah.
Okay. Those Japhethites were Medes. That's why they had when the Persians were ruling, it was kind of like a joint rulership because the Medes took down the Babylonians and the Persians rose up and they were more powerful than the Medes, so they basically absorbed into the Persian Empire. Okay. So the sons of Japheth, they were the original Grecians, but then when the so-called white man came to power, he took that land and he took the name. Over the Grecians.
So when I see them Grecians in the Bible, those is Edomites.
Now, yeah, talk about now, but in the ancient world it wasn't. That's how they got scattered out to the islands. You go to the history, they got scattered out to the islands. That's why they're now the Polynesian Islands.
Also the Romans too.
Okay.
Esau took that name. Because Romans come from Romulus and Remus. And those are the two families.
So Esau just been taking everybody's stuff.
Everybody.
Like a 2 and 2.
All right, okay, so
Like a 2 and 2.
now I've heard a debate where people talk about Esau being the so-called white man, and then they say he could be the so-called Arab.
That's false. It's not the end.
If there's a wicked man, name another wicked man on the earth as wicked as the so-called white man.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not trying to defend the white man, but the Arabs, they wicked too. You know, they over there with them swords. You know, saying they
Well,
was
the
giving the
scripture
sword.
said he's a wild man.
Right,
You know, but
right.
Ishmael don't, the Arabs don't hold a candle to Esau.
Nah, this
The so-called white man.
man got GMO. This man got chemtrails. You know, I mean, this man promotes transgenderism.
Right.
There's different high levels of wickedness.
Pedophilia. Bestiality.
Baby dildos teaching your kids how to masturbate at age 8. That's what they do. That's classes.
People drink blood.
The scriptures say he's Malachi 1:4. He's the border of wickedness.
Right.
Yeah, those Arabs over there, those Muslims, they're wicked. But it doesn't hold a candle to the so-called white men. So that they can't be Esau. Plus, if you want to deal with it geographically, a lot of them like to say, well, it's the Arabs because Petra, Jordan, is in Arabia. That's not true.
Plus, you don't know what the geographic location of all these nations were at before. The so-called white man moved everybody around to try to hide people's group. And he renamed a lot of people after each other.
I said this earlier. What's the word Esau and what's the word Edom?
Say that again.
What's the word Esau and Edom?
I don't know.
The two words.
What does it mean?
Esau comes from the Hebrew word Ishah, which means wasted away. What's wasted away about the so-called white man? It's people.
He's the only man without people. He's the only one that's translucent, so to speak. He sees blood in his flesh. Even lighter, but even lighter Arabs, they may be light skinned, but you don't see
Right.
blood.
They were compromised.
Some of them are mixed with Esau. Some of them are Arab mixed. So some of them are Edomites, but like the actual devout Muslims with the pigment, that's fighting with those
Palestinian.
those so-called Jews.
Yeah.
Those are straight up Ishmaelites. Right? The darker skinned ones, those are Ishmaelites. That's not Esau.
Gotcha. All right, I was go ahead.
The word Edom comes from the Hebrew word Adawam, which means red.
Yep.
So the so-called white man, he's red.
Right.
He's not white, he's red.
Right.
Pink. Derivative of red.
All right, so let me ask y'all this. I was doing a study yesterday on wisdom and looking at like Proverbs and Sirach and Wisdom of Solomon. It took me from wisdom, and it was like, okay, you get your wisdom, and with all you're getting, get understanding. And when I went into Sirach, I'm like, okay, all right, how do I get this wisdom? You know what I mean? And so when I went into Sirach, he was like, yo, the beginning of wisdom is fearing the Most High. That fear. So now I'm breaking it down. I'm like, all right, how do you fear the Most High? So I'm thinking it's like, does it mean trusting the Most High, believing Him, being afraid of Him? How does that break down for myself and for whoever's watching?
It tells you in the first chapter.
Okay.
It tells you in the first chapter.
So that fear, what I arrived at was keeping the commandments. I feel like it's our way of saying, I fear you, I love you, I trust you, I believe you. I'm keeping these commandments.
That's what it is.
So it all kind of.
This is wisdom. A married woman come to you. She look hella good.
Okay.
She fine as hell.
Okay.
Thick and all that.
Okay.
Everything you like. Everything that you like.
Okay.
She comes and you know, she doesn't have her husband with her.
Okay.
She's by herself.
Okay.
So you kind of like, I'm kind of tempted. I kind of want to go see what's up with this chick.
Okay.
Well, I was just like, this door is just at least ask.
Okay.
So you go over there and you ask, excuse me, miss, you know, I'm not trying to ruin the day, I just wanted to ask you a kid's question. Are you married, single? The way these women are in this society, they ain't gotta tell you the truth. They ain't gotta, they don't have to
And they not.
tell you nothing.
Right.
So she could be like, well, no, I'm not, at the moment, you know, it's complicated, you know, we're not talking right now, we going through problems, so, you know, I'm not really dealing with nobody right now. Wisdom will tell you,
When in doubt, throw it out.
Right. When in doubt, throw it out. I like
because
this.
you already know that these women, you know, the society is, you know, especially for these women, they have that liberty and freedom to be wars, that shameless war culture
Right.
America's about. So these women, they ain't gotta tell you the truth. So they do that and they go around and they lie with different men.
Right.
You gotta have the discernment and you gotta have it in the back of your mind, like, man, this chick she probably lying.
Right.
And that's why sometimes you gotta interrogate. You gotta do like your
Right.
investigation.
You gotta test them.
You gotta kind of test them.
Yeah.
Say the right things to get them to spill the beans.
Right.
That's using wisdom, because if you just simple,
Just jumping into
you
it.
just gonna jump into it and you gonna find out later.
I'm messed up.
And dude might come through with a Glock.
That's
like,
what I'm talking
nigga, you the one that's been popping my woman.
Right. Or anything. She could have an STD. Anything. Right? But you're
So wisdom basically told you that the most I can jack me up and part two.
Right.
Now, you know, you look good, but you know.
But is that wisdom something that you just know, or is it something that you hold up to the book? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Wisdom is basically the applying of wisdom. Every situation that you face with,
right.
there's scriptures that's gonna be in your mind that's gonna make you remind you.
Right.
This is how I deal with that situation. Go ahead.
So
We kind of got away from the Gentile thing, you know, but that's how the spirit is.
Right.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 verse 14. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Right.
And it was created with the faithful in the womb. So the fear of the Lord is knowing and following the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Then you get the wisdom.
Right. And see, that's where I got caught up yesterday when I was studying, because I'm like, I hear this fear, but I'm like, all right, God, how do I fear you? And then it was like, keep the commandments.
through this, you get experience and stuff.
Right. When was that Paul that said that? He said, start with these easy ones. He's like, start with these easy commandments first.
Okay.
We had a small list. But he said, then you'll grow, basically, he said you'll grow from there. You'll grow in wisdom.
Right.
I always forget what that was at. That was Wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter.
Oh, it's right.
Sirach, you write about what was Solomon.
How's it go?
Never mind.
Was that start with some commandments first, or start with some laws first?
Yeah, he gave
That's in the-
he gave the Israelites.
Acts.
The reason you know that they're not Israelites because it says in the book of Psalms, he didn't give us the books to commandments to anybody else.
Right.
In fact, only you have So why would he then want to give it to the Gentiles later? It doesn't make sense.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 4, and verse 11. It says, wisdom exalteth her children, and layeth hold of them that seek her. Then we jump down to verse 17.
Okay.
It says, for at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline.
And when you think about it, when you do something that you normally do, you don't look for something before you do something that you normally do, and you're like, damn, that didn't work out. I almost got real messed up by that. That's wisdom walking with you by crooked ways, because the right thing pops in your head also, and you didn't do it. And now I'm going to start judging you, partly you're going to start getting jacked up by not using this wisdom.
Says, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. Then will she return the straight way unto him, and comfort him and show him her secrets.
Because when the secrets are revealed of wisdom, now I know what to do. I know how to work out every situation because I'm applying the wisdom I know. And I've been good since I've been applying this wisdom.
And that wisdom is what? Walking in the law, statutes, and commandments?
It's that, but applying all the wisdom to it. It's applying everything.
You gain wisdom through experience. You got to go through things for wisdom to try.
You have to have a situation to apply it, to gain experience, to learn how to use it.
Yeah, in real time.
Yeah, because if you know, say like Vegas. Women come here all day in Vegas, have girls, chicks, and whatever else, and you be like, y'all married, like one of them wicked ass women in the group will say, we all single for this weekend. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But you gotta be able to, hey, look at sweet, feeling for rings, looking for ring
imprints.
suntans and shit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta use a little bit that. You don't say that in here. That's not a commandment, but you're using wisdom. Because the commandment is not to be with a woman. It's not to be with a married woman. So you interrogate them like the government said. You figure it out. You gotta go to Captain Love to make sure. But you're applying that so I don't fall into that snare. And that's all.
This Acts 15 and
I think that's right.
28. For it seemed good to the Holy Spirit and to us to lay upon you no greater burden than these necessary things, that ye abstain from meats offered to idols, and from blood, and from things strangled, and from fornication, from which if ye keep yourselves, ye shall be well.
You can keep basically you'll do well. That'll clean you up enough so you can gain. And as I always like to say, once you start with a few things that you can deal with, the Most High will open up the way for you to keep more, and to keep adding more and more and more, getting closer and closer to increase the righteousness.
Wherefore my sentence is that we trouble about them,
Beat it.
which among the Gentiles are turned unto the Most High Yahweh.
So what if I told you right now, hey man, you can't have diverse cloths on, man. You know, cotton and linen and silk, you can't be mingling those, bro. You know, like, who's keeping that? Who can really keep something that serious? You know, so you got to work up to it till your spirit is able to deal with it.
But that we write unto them that they abstain from pollution.
Paul had it figured out. Now look, these men are coming from a wicked ass society.
Right.
They still got that Gentile Greek mentality.
Right.
And we're waking them up, but we can't, hey man, keep your beard down, man. You can do that, that's all right. But it's gonna be awkward at first, but they can keep that. Hey, stop eating them abominable meats, man. You can still eat other food, you still chicken. You gotta eat the catfish and
And I wanted to bring up that point right there. But keep going.
No, go ahead.
So all right, so this is one that jacked me up. I'm gonna be perfectly transparent and honest. I was going into the Old Testament looking at the Levitical, what we're supposed to eat. We ain't supposed to eat that. We ain't supposed to eat that pork. It's got to chew it. If it don't chew it, the cud and things like that. So I was doing away with those things. I was doing away with the pork. I was doing away with the shellfish. I was getting ready to go on a trip. Right before I had found out about this, I was already going on a trip to go for some seafood. It was like the whole thing. And right before my trip, I learned I can't have seafood. So I'm like, all right, I'm down. I'm gonna show you I love it. This is an opportunity for me to show you I love it. But then I read in the New Testament where Jesus was talking about the unclean hands. And he was talking about it's not what goes into the body that defiles them that will come out. So I felt like he was telling us we can eat anything then. So can y'all clear that up for me?
I mean, really, you gotta read it all the way down.
Well, I know 5 and 17. He said I ain't come to.
But you gotta read it all the way down.
Control the law, right? And I'm clinging to that, but I couldn't. For me, I couldn't get around him telling them that it's not what go into that defiles you, but will come out. I couldn't get around it.
Go to Matthew 15.
That's talking about.
Tell me what that means to you. What that speak to somebody?
Well, when I was in that debate with somebody, they was trying to say you can eat anything, but with me, I'm like, no, they just talking about washing of the hands. Because I wanted to cling to the Levitical law. I want to cling to these things. You know what I'm saying? So I was fighting for that truth to say, no, we can't eat no shellfish. No, we can't eat no pork. No. And they like, nah, you can now. Look, this scripture say you can now. A lot of times when you have debates, just the same way they did to us in slavery, they can take scriptures and twist them, and it seems right to us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I'm here talking to y'all to get a little bit more clarity on some things, because I'm out here like in the middle of the street with a sword, man, trying to fight off. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you get your answer.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all on YouTube or something? Y'all.
And what we're doing, this is a commandment from the Heavenly Father.
Right. Go out into the highways and byways. Right.
We on YouTube live right now.
So that's all your questions.
That's all. I'm gonna go to y'all YouTube now, man, and check y'all out.
15.
We was going to answer this, man. I don't know if you got to leave right now or what.
No, I'm chilling, man. This is where I'm supposed to be right now. What's the name of y'all thing?
Start at verse 6.
All the way down to
It's Matthew 15 and 6. And honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of Yahweh of none effect by your tradition. Ye hypocrites.
The whole argument in this chapter was about these wicked scribes and Pharisees. They were trying to place burdens on people to keep these certain traditions.
Right.
It wasn't even it wasn't really like it's ordained or commanded by the law.
Okay.
These were just man-made commandments or traditions that they carried.
Right.
And they were trying to push it off like it was the law.
Right.
And one of those traditions was you can't be eating with dirty hands.
Okay.
So the Lord had to correct them.
Gotcha.
So let's read that.
So I'm talking about what?
Matthew 15 chapter.
Matthew 15 and what?
Yeah, verse 6. We're at 7 now. Yeah.
Okay.
We just read verse 6.
Chapter 15. Chapter 15, verse 7.
Ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy ye saying,
That's Isaiah.
this people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
Right.
But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
Right. So wash your hands, that's not a commandment in the law. That's just something that man came up with. Right. It just became a tradition.
Gotcha.
But you don't try to enforce that like you going off because you didn't wash your
It
hands.
might be a smart thing to do,
Right.
but it's not a commandment. What if you just got up, you just rose, up, you dirty, and you fell all the tree or something was knocked out, you wake up and you about to perish, but there's water, or something to eat. You don't worry about if your hands are clean or not.
Or to take it from the example of you tilling the field and you see some berries or fruits that you want to eat. And water not necessarily by you, what you gonna pick it up, like dust the fruit off a little bit and you go eat it.
And they were trying to be a bunch of germaphobes.
But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. And he called the multitude and said unto them, hear and understand, not that which goeth into the mouth defileth the man, but that which cometh out of the mouth is defileth the man. Then came his disciples and said unto him,
Now people are trying to say, they'll stop and be like, so I can eat anything I want. But hold on, does it make sense? I can eat something unclean, and I'm clean, but it gotta come out of you, right? How does that make you? How is that unclean? Well, what you put into you is clean.
right. Hey,
That doesn't make any sense. Basically, what they're saying is because the Lord was being spiritual here.
So
When you can feed yourself with different things that can pollute your mind.
right.
What goes into your mind can pollute you.
That's what I was.
Go from there to first. I think it's what 1 Timothy 4. 1 Timothy 4.
Who you were talking to, they try to go to Acts and justify that also?
No, it was just that one right there. It was like, yo, Jesus is saying you can put anything in your stomach and it come out into the draught, whatever the draught is, and it's all good. You can eat anything now.
That's going on.
It says, now the Spirit speaketh expressly in the latter times, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Your conscience.
Right.
So basically, you're going to have, in these last days, seducing spirits. You're going to have false prophets that's going to deceive people with fair speeches. They're going to be putting wrong ideas in your head that can pollute you and lead you astray from following the path.
Strange women.
Like a strange woman. It's an analogy. That's the analogy of a strange philosophy.
Right.
Colossians 2.
That's why the scriptures also tell you, win not into every word of doctrine. Don't just be out here trying to pick from this and then go into that because it's going to pollute your mind.
These are going to line up. Your mind will have to try to find a way to piece it together to make it make sense. You won't be in error.
Because you're going to...
You can't, if you think about it, like we're talking about John before, if I got a clean plate of food, and then I take something dirty off the ground and put in that plate of food, the whole plate is now about to be dirty. The germs going to spread. So the bad doctrine and the bad philosophy is spread to the good. So the question is, the earth is round, or it's flat, or,
all over the place. But I noticed, man, I'm noticing the more I get into this word, y'all talk about, the strange women, these are examples. But I'm noticing everything in this land is designed to contradict this word. And they normalized it. So we're living a life that appears normal, but we're in error.
Exactly.
Everything. I'm like, I have to unlearn everything.
Who have changed the truth of the Most High into a
Right.
lie.
Humble yourself as a newborn babe.
Yeah.
Gotta start over. Build it from the foundations up. Also, before we go,
We are renewed in the spirit of thy mind.
I want to say this about, we're going to talk about common sense.
Right.
Because it's the same thing about God forgetting his own people and saying the law is done away with. The same common sense thing can clear all that up.
Right.
So if he chose certain people, but then the certain people pissed him off, or if he said, follow these laws and commandments, but you ain't been following them, so fuck it. Just do whatever you want. It'll be all right.
Right.
That don't make no sense.
That don't make no sense.
I had these laws for you because they're good for you,
Right.
but you ain't keeping it like you said you would. So I'm not just gonna let you just do it.
Yeah.
Same analogy, the kid playing in the street, hey, get your ass off the street. before you get hit by a car.
Yeah.
Or you ain't gonna get yourself off the fucking play in the street and it'll be all right.
Right.
That don't make any
no
sense.
sense. That don't make no sense.
For another example, our people have what disease? They have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes from diet, right? So if you still eating shrimp, because what the shrimps, the crabs, all the shellfish, they're roaches of the ocean.
And that's pork, man.
They eat the dead animals. And with the pork has worms and stuff in its body and it don't sweat. So if you put those same animals inside your system, you're gonna become acidic and move on to those diseases.
A pig eat anything too.
Yeah.
They were created for the purposes like when you read those back to the laws, you know the things that were to clear the air, to clean the things out the air. The vultures and all that, they clean the air. Things of the air. The things of the ground we're not supposed to eat, they clean the things of the ground. And these things of the sea. Right.
That's why some people, the fossils, the scallops, those are still all animals that filter the water from and making it clean.
Yep.
So you're not supposed to be eating them.
Right. The thing that's taking up all the dirt.
Exactly. You ingesting everything that it eats.
Right.
Let's get back to
Second chapter of Colossians, verse 8, it says, let me start at 7, right? It says, rooted up and built in him, and established in faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Talk about the righteous things. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men.
the tradition of men, like we described in Pharisees, that the Lord was arguing with.
Right. It says, after the rudiments of the world, and not after the rudiments of
Beware of any man trying to seduce you or get you to come into this sect.
Right.
Come follow us. These are our restrictions. These are our traditions. This is how we get that.
Right.
The Lord was like, no, follow the gospel.
Right.
All right. So go back to this in Matthew 15.
It's Matthew 15 and 11. Not that which goeth into the mouth that falleth the man, but that which
He ain't
comes.
talking about shrimp, lobster, and crab. That's still unclean. Right. And it still will make you unclean.
But it will be a doctrine that makes you believe that it's all right now. That would defile you.
Right.
See how he's answering it, but he's also going above it, answering something deeper.
But that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth the man.
Yeah, that's why it tells you in James the 3rd chapter to bridle your tongue, because your mouth is it's an unruly thing. It's deadly, man. It can get you. Life and death is in the tongue.
Right.
Then came his disciples and said unto him, knowest thou that the Pharisees were offended after they heard this saying? But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father hath not planted shall be eaten up. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. Then answered Peter and said unto him, declare unto us this parable. And Yahweh said,
You get what understanding what you meant by that, what you just told them.
and Yahweh said, are ye also yet without understanding?
And then you ignorant too, right? I gotta tell you, right? Go ahead,
Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly?
Regular food is gonna go into your mouth, then through your intestines, the big, then the smaller intestines.
The large intestines, small intestines. Yeah.
The digestive system is gonna come right out,
And is cast out into the draught.
Yeah.
That's it there.
Yeah, the draught. Yeah.
Right. But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart.
The things that you speak, it comes from the mind.
Right.
Which is what defiles you, right?
Yeah.
And they defile the man.
Gone.
For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man. But to eat with unwashing hands defileth not a man.
So the people you was talking to, you should have just told them to finish reading the rest of that
All you
chapter.
gotta do is read the rest of the chapter.
Matthew 5 and 17.
Right.
You got it? Yeah, appreciate it. Job chapter 14, verse 4.
Okay.
Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing? Not one.
Dang, I like that one. That's a crucial precept right there. That's a good one. All right, brothers, man, I'm gonna get going. You had another last one? Yeah, go ahead.
It's Matthew 5 and 17.
Okay.
Think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets.
This is the Lord himself saying.
Absolutely.
I have not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
So I came to fulfill all the laws of Moses and all the prophecies of the prophets.
And verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till it all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Time to call great the kingdom of heaven.
Man, it's scary, man. It's not scary, but it's an eye opener because the church ain't talking about that.
No.
The church ain't telling us keep them laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? The church ain't setting up. You know, they're not letting us know it's a war going on out here, and it's two sides. Everybody ain't good.
Yeah, absolutely.
They telling us everybody good. You know what I'm saying? Come as you are. You know what I'm saying? You can be homosexual. It's all good. No, man, that's wicked.
Two things. I got two things that I'm. All right. One thing is this. Wouldn't it make sense if you can recognize that this is a wicked world, right?
Right.
To do the more stricter thing, that's what God would want of you to prove your faith in, to do the more stricter thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one thing, right?
Right.
The other one is, it's not solely about the statute, laws, and commandments.
Okay. Because we won't be justified.
We won't be justified by
the works of the law. Right. Because we can't, in this flesh, we can't keep the law perfectly.
Right.
There's over 613 laws in the Bible. We ain't gonna be able to. That's why we have grace and mercy.
Gotcha.
Whatever sins that we have that we can keep, are supposed to keep to the best of your ability. Whatever laws that you have no control over, that you can't keep, that's where the grace comes in. So we have to ask for forgiveness. Pray that the Lord has mercy upon us.
Now those sins though, I mean those things that we can't keep. If we stumble and we ask for grace and mercy, do we continue on? We can't commit that same sin no more, though, right? We can't keep
between asking for forgiveness and repentance. Right. Repentance is what you can do, but you just didn't do it. Now you gotta start doing it. Right. Forgiveness is you, like, for myself, it's just an example. Okay. Like myself, I say, Lord, you know I can't stop doing this. You know that this is, I like the Sabbath. I work on the Sabbath, Lord, forgive me. I have to work, and you know that. Please forgive me for that, or make a way that I don't have to work on the Sabbath no more. And then he'll have to work his thing from me.
But that's my question. Do you continue to work on the Sabbath? Or you like Abraham, ready to slay your child? Because God said, hey, it's time. And the reason why I said that, because I was going through the same thing. I had a job, and they wanted me to work on Saturday. And I'm like, yo, I had to make a choice. I'm like, yo, I quit. I had to quit. So, but the question is you know, I understand we can't keep all the law, statutes, and commandments. But can we? That's the debate I'm having, because I do hear, you know, when I'm talking to my brothers and, you know, they like, yo, we can't keep them all. But I'm like, yo, can we? Because I hear some scriptures say, you know, come to the Most High perfect.
No, you can't.
Come to your place.
You can't. Trying to be perfect. No, I'm gonna finish it like this.
Okay.
You can't. There was only ever one.
Okay.
And if there was ever two, then one would not be special no more.
Okay. But what about this, for the sake of the debate? What about I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me? I can do all things.
Yeah, you can go through persecution.
Yeah.
You can do that.
I can keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Not perfect.
No, not perfect.
I think so, brothers. I think we can do it.
Not in these bodies. Yeah, not in these bodies.
You don't think so?
Want to know why you can't just
It say we can do all things. All things.
There's sins that you don't even know that you can.
Yeah. Like when you look at like a man walks by with his woman, and you look at her in a certain way, that's going off.
Let's just say you look at it.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
Okay.
You look at a chick with a dude.
Yeah.
And that thought that.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Already, you already messed up.
You just.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just
Even worse,
transgress.
what if the woman walk by and she married and you don't know?
Yeah.
You had that same thought.
Right.
It's the same thing. You feel like the same way.
I feel that, but see that's a spirit. I feel like that. If a woman walks by and you look at her in a lustful way, that is a reflection of where you are. Not everybody.
So that would make Hebrews the 8th chapter. Why would the Lord? Why would make Hebrews the 8th chapter void? Why would we need? Why would we need the new covenant?
There's no need for a new covenant.
Bring it out.
Yeah,
I love doing this, man. I see my brothers out here. Man, this is beautiful.
And get James 2.
And this is for the sake of the debate. I mean, I agree with y'all, but I just like to,
You want to know that we know the answer.
This is James 2 and 17.
Okay.
And it reads, even so faith...
No. James 2 and 10.
It's like
Okay, hold on.
James 2 and 10.
Okay, let me go there with you. James 2 and 10.
James 2 and 10.
Okay.
But whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all.
Only Yahweh Shai was perfect, and nobody else. He wouldn't be special. He wouldn't have been that special sacrifice if he wasn't the only one that was perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean? We wouldn't need him.
Right.
Hey, say if your name is Billy. Hey, Billy, hey man, show me how you did that.
Right.
What about Yahweh Shai? I don't need to know him. I just need to know you.
But see, Yahweh Shai was able to come and he was able to keep all of the laws, right? And he came as an example to kind of show us how to do it.
That it could be done.
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 But what
We
was
could do
different
it.
about him than us?
Well, a lot was different.
That say no more.
A lot was different. But he came as an example to show us it could be done.
Right, by man on earth can fulfill the whole thing.
A man on earth could fulfill the whole thing.
What did he have that we didn't have?
What he did that, it was meant for him to do that because he was supposed to be a sacrifice,
Right.
with a sacrificial lamb without blemish,
Right.
so that our sins can be atoned, so that and it restores back to the Father. Now, when the Lord returns, He says we shall be like Him. Our bodies are going to change.
Right.
That means that we're going to have bodies that are not subject to sin. These bodies that we're in, I call them death traps.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Because as long as you're in this flesh, you're going to have temptations.
Yeah, that's real.
So you're going to sin. The Lord basically has to program that.
And we're born into sin.
Now, so let me ask
Don't
you
it tell
this.
you in 1 John, he that said that he don't have sin is a liar?
So
We're sinners.
So we just have to repent.
Yeah.
And that's what separates
And that's
the
what
144,000 from the ones that don't make it.
And that's forgiveness also. Because we can't turn, because repent means to turn back.
Right.
You can't only turn back.
Romans 7.
You can't only turn back from everything because it's things that we're going to continue doing.
Right.
Now we're a hypocrite.
Apostle Paul said, "Oh, wretched man."
That's where we're going. That's where we're going.
Not
Romans 7.
that I would do.
And Paul himself, he was a
Pharisee of the
doctor.
law, yeah.
He was a doctor in the
Some
law.
of Pharisee.
In the book of Isaiah, it said, "Our righteousness are filthy riches."
Romans 7 and 7. Yeah. Romans 7 and 7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid. Hey, I had not known sin but by the law. For I had not known lust except the law had said, thou shalt not covet. But sin, taking occasion by the commandment, brought in me all manner of concupiscence. For without the law sin was dead. For I was alive without the law once, but when the commandment came, sin revived and I died. And the commandment which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death. For sin taking occasion by the commandment deceived me and it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy and just and good. Was then that which is good made death unto me? God forbid. But sin,
Because it wasn't made for us so that we die.
Right.
It was meant to benefit us.
Right.
but sin that it may appear sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. That which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that I do.
That I hate. that idea.
That's that war in the flesh. That's that battle between the spirit and the flesh.
If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now then it is no more. Now then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
And the spirit, there's a war. I'm trying to think exactly where it's at, but the war is between your spirit and your flesh.
Right.
Yep. That war that's going on, your spirit wants to do the right thing.
Right.
Go ahead.
It's Romans 7:22. For I delight in the law of Yahweh after the inward man.
Right.
But I
The
see,
spirit.
but I see another law in my members,
Yep.
warring against the law of my mind,
Yeah.
and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin.
And right now, we're more in tune in vibration of this world, more in
Yeah.
tune with the flesh.
Yep.
So the flesh is usually used to winning.
Yep.
That's why it takes such a strong battle for your spirit to prevail against the flesh. That's what Yahweh Shai was able to show that he did.
Right.
Why do we need to say that?
Right.
You know?
That's real.
If we can do it, if we can do all things, and he can do all things, we wouldn't need him.
That's
We
good.
need him.
That's good. That's right.
And bringing me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my members. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, our Lord. So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of Yahweh, but with the flesh, the law of sin.
See?
Yeah.
So that battle's always happening.
Yeah.
So that's that, and you're gonna lose sometimes in this society. You get hungry, but you can say whatever you. I don't know what you got to do right now. But say it's to go eat.
Right.
But you need the full breakdown of those 10 times. We didn't fully give it to you. But your body's like, yo, you need to eat before you perish. You gotta go eat.
Right.
But your spirit like, nah, you're good. Man shall not live by bread alone. You know, like, But it just, that war is always gonna happen. And sometimes you're gonna lose it. Your leg, like our legs and feet we hurt down here, we do this all day for sure. When we physically can't do it in our flesh. Our spirit wanna do this all.
You brothers are doing amazing.
Yeah, I think
You're good to see you guys still together. I just have to stop over here and say that. You guys,
I think I found y'all.
have you guys been prospering? Have you been prospering? I know you're gonna say yeah.
No, not in this society. Yeah, in this word, we were prospering, but not wisdom.
You've been getting,
All right. Yeah,
you've been converted people.
all right, brother John.
Been getting e-commerce. That's pretty clear, man. But I just had to say, listen, y'all doing something. Yeah, I'm a holy roller. But still follow the same God, but there's no one God. I'm glad to see y'all do it. I used to be a Black Panther. Stop talking y'all.
Oh, up there, yeah, I think I remember you. Yeah.
Pretty sure you bring all day and come out. I'll talk to you about it when I talk about that. Okay, you got it.
All right, man. Take care.
I hope you prosper. I'm praying.
White costume. White costume.
Oh, it's the next block over.
All right. Y'all got anything to close out?
My mama was a Baptist. My daddy was a Jew. I'm about me. I'm a Holy Roller Pentecostal. That's what I am too. Because that's what I can see the Spirit. But you know, God comes to the Indians, and they even know Moses, Abraham, nobody. I come by the Spirit. God is not going to read. People, they read, they say they read, but they've been instrumentally been manipulated. And a lot of preachers don't even, they think they're doing stuff pretty good, talking about giving and stuff. And most things, you know, talking about money, time.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to saving souls, every preacher's going to get people there, but they ain't going to get there themselves because they provide the word. God. Somebody said, ain't anybody a judge. All the people, when time comes for judgment, I'm sure the good Lord, he has heard that it's going to be dynamite.
Yeah. All right.
All right. All right. God looks at what? The heart. You know what?
You,
Let me read this, man. We'll close out like this. Hebrews chapter 8, we'll start with verse 7. It says, "For if the first covenant had been faultless, there should no place been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, not the law, but with the people that tried to keep the laws. He said, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. And this does not annul the first covenant, just another part added on to the first covenant. And we still gonna have to keep these statutes, laws, and commandments in the Old Testament, the first covenant. But he gonna, say what he gonna do with that. It says, not according to the covenant that I made with your fathers, not taken away from that. It says, in the day when I took them by the hand and led them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord Yahweh. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will put my laws from the old covenant, right, in their mind and write them in their hearts. And I will be to them a God or a power, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord Yahweh. For all shall know me from the least to the greatest. And I will be merciful to their unrighteousness and their sins and their iniquities, but I remember no more.
You got that from the Old Testament. That new covenant is found in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Dumb, lame Christians out there, right? Jeremiah 31. Also, makes sense. But anyway, we're going to close out. We're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to you.
Hawa, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Hawakakadash.
A great millstone shall walk up and down to the tabernacle of David. Let.
Thank you.